Better late than never. I apologize because I did set my alarm clocks at 7:15 to wake up, but boy, didn't they turn out to not wake me up in time. I apologize for that because Nick and Jeet were here, and so is Rohit Sharma sweeping away as India are now 13 for none, batting first in this Super 8 games against Bangladesh. My name's Avanish, and Saturday the King plays Kohli, and of course today Ronaldo plays with Portugal. So I was wearing the yellow Al Nassr jersey just to bring some color. But hello to Nikhil Popper, who's wearing that brilliant India jersey. How are you, sir?
All good, all good. Bright start, positive start for India. May that continue, and good to see you and Jeet together for a watch along.
Jeet, good to see you, bud. Loving how that hair is always just maintaining that shape. Typical Ride Emirate that you are. When was your last watch along that you did with us?
It must be the IPL final, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's been a good 25 days.
Yeah.
It has. Adya and Singhal, we are here. I apologize. India 14 for none, 1.3. We're all watching it in Tata Sky today, so no Hotstar. And Virat Kohli, what a shot that is! Holy shit!
Shabash. Must.
I mean,
No
that is some shot. Over long on, that is just whippage. We've seen a bloody compilation of that in the IPL, and it continues. And maybe, just maybe, it could be the day for Roko. Hi, Tivas Narayan. Bhool gaye kya? No, I apologize. I told you. Look, better late than never. I just about got myself together for this one. And Al Hilal FC over Al Nassr FC saying, Gregors, come on, lad. Come on. And where is Down Under? Why is he missing India matches? Something fishy. Ask him. I've absolutely given it to him. He was like, bro, I didn't know, man. What do you mean? I was just like, dude, it's fine. Oh, cut away this time. And fortune favors the brave.
Yeah.
And he'll come
Should
back.
be stopped, yeah.
So look, I like the intent so far, Nick. So what have I missed? Because Bangladesh winning the toss, right? Any team changes?
Yep. Yeah, so one, so not surprised, I don't know, but Taskin Ahmed goes out and Zakir Ali comes in. Happy that Zakir is back, but it means they'll bowl a lot of spin and Shakib will finally bowl. And of course, he's bowling. So, yeah.
Yeah, and India, of course, playing with the same team. 23 for none, 2 overs gone. Jeet, what are you expecting from India today? Because so far, they have, of course, beaten what's in front of them. Do you think it's going to be just a comprehensive clinical performance from them today? Or do you think Bangladesh could upset the apple cart?
I think it has to be one side. I was actually looking forward to an early finish. But for that, what was required was Bangladesh to be batting first, which sadly hasn't happened. So it has to be one side. That is at least what I expect, given how Bangladesh's batting have, kind of performed this time around, which is not really a big surprise either. So I believe it will be a one-side encounter. It's just about what can India eventually amass by the end of the first innings, and then it's just about restricting Bangladesh. I don't think they'll be all out in the second innings. They bat out the 20 overs, but I don't think they'll achieve the target there.
Yeah, because they batted first against Australia, remember, Bangladesh, and that didn't go out too well for them. So they're fancying their chances chasing here today. Pranavanam, good evening to you. Thank God Virat didn't go for the slog sleep of that ball after seeing him in the IPL. I think it's instinct to bring it out as soon as he's about that length. Virat's on strike, and this time played away on the leg side for a single. And both of them, of course, have started well. Rohit's in 12, Kohli's in 12. Lots has been made of them. And I think one fan cam that we did went absolutely viral on Twitter recently when I asked a gentleman in the streets of Mumbai whether he thinks Rohit Sharma is the best player in T20 World Cup history for India. And he said, yes, 100%. I was like, what? No chance. I can't believe he picked Rohit over the King. But look, you guys can agree to disagree in the comments. There is,
He had too much peer pressure. He had too much peer pressure.
I was just asking the question, man.
Not you. The surrounding, because when you asked him, the surrounding only said one name. So he couldn't have said any other name, as you said.
Yeah. I think we also, like I said, shot it outside the Wankhede. So people are going to be choosing Hitman Sharma. Why open with spin instead of a spacer? Asking Basan Narayan. How early could we see Rishad into the attack, Jeet?
It will be after the power play. It's not really surprising for Bangladesh to open with Mehdi Hasan because that is his role. He bowls in the power play, so it was very much expected. But it's just that they could have tried out the left arm pace of Mustafizur as well, knowing Rohit Sharma's track record in this particular tournament, and even Virat Kohli's travel. But It's not entirely surprising, but Rashad will be held back. He's going to be introduced after the power play.
I was actually looking at this venue, Knicks, because today they're playing in beautiful Antigua, right? North Sound.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
generally feel you look at the fixtures, which is already kind of been played, right from Oman, England. Oh, whipped away from Virat for four. He's in some mood, boys. He's in some
Shabash.
mood. I mean, the first three games in the World Cup in this venue, all chasing. Scotland winning by 7 wickets, Australia winning by nine, England winning by eight. And then, of course, the last three games have been batting first. England winning by 41 runs, South Africa winning by 18 runs, and Australia winning by 28 runs. So it's a split in terms of chasing or batting first, Knicks. Because the day game as well, I don't know if Bangladesh made the right choice by bowling first in this one. Let's see how it goes. But so far, it's been India's best start this World Cup. Three overs
Yeah,
gone, nearly 29 for none.
29.
Next, what would you like to see that we haven't seen in the World Cup already? Obviously, the openers come to the party. Anything
Yeah.
else? Shivam Dube, it's a big game for him.
Yes, we called Shivam, just earlier in the day, and we also discussed about. I'll be happily taking Mehdi Hassan opening the bowling. I have no problems. Do that. Please be the guest. See, you take a risk and you get out versus him. That's fine. But are India going to be losing sleep over Mehdi Hassan bowling the bowling, opening the bowling? No. So so far so good for Virat and Rohit both. They both need a score. And from India's POV as well, it's better to bat first. Again, I'm not saying that you are assured of a win. But on the big days, you want that experience of having batted first and having assessed conditions earlier and better. So you want that practice to be going. From Bangladesh point of view, you are not surprised. Teams want to chase because when your strongest suit is the bowling, they probably want it to be that let's have the bowling set the game up for us, and we don't want to put the batters under too much pressure to take the Indian bowling on. So works out for both sides, I think.
Yeah, it does. By the way, Sachin asked, why is that one member always wearing
Ah,
black? Yeah. In terms of the panelist, I was thinking team that you were talking
yeah.
about there actually. Where is down under? Yeah, we took that one. He's not there, man. Oh, roll down the ground
Ah,
and out of the ground. Holy
cinema.
shit, they're coming to play tonight. And the
Shabash.
Indian fans absolutely love it. So India cruising along so far, 35 for none, 3.1. And don't they absolutely love it in the Caribbean Isles? And that's what we want to see. We haven't seen this. They're actually clipping out bloody Kohli's reactions on ICC from the dressing room rather than out there in the middle, because the King hasn't had a chance to really flourish. 24 he got last
Ah,
game. Rohit has at least got a
I'm
50,
saying.
but he's been scratchy. But Shakib, let's see what he has up his sleeve, because already 21 he's conceded in his, what, 8 balls so far. So it's tough. 190 plus, a good total to set. Jeet, what do you think? What is the power here? We just spoke about the venue history so far, and that is poise and precision. I think he wanted it to
Oh,
play so far, and it's four more for Rohit
yeah.
Sharma. So, Jeet, 190 plus, you reckon? Early shout?
I believe it should be 200 plus. So the average first inning score at this venue in this particular tournament has been 121, but it's been on the lower side because, of course, teams like Oman have battled against Australia, and so these kind of teams have been blown out in the first innings, which is why that average score is very very less. So when you look at that number 120, now you think that okay, this is a great pitch for the bowlers, and they absolutely
Oh, is
enjoy
he
over
played
here.
one shot too many, Jeeters? Is he? He has. It's a stunning grab, to be fair. Mid-off didn't take it, but Rohit Sharma perishes, and 23 of what is it, 11? And
11.
again, I don't know. I don't know whether it was a one shot too many. I mean, people will appreciate the intent, but that's just a typical Rohit Sharma T20 knock, I guess. 11 ball, 23 intent merchant all day long. Producers going mad, flipping it, saying, Kya kar rahe hai, kya kar rahe hai? Look at him. Just look at him. But I mean, again, do you think that shot was there, Nikhil? Or do you think, again,
Live by the sword, you die by it. I mean, this is this set template that has been set. Now, you want the selfless Rohit also. I mean, fair, but you probably want bigger scores. So the 20s will not help you. 40s will definitely, yes. I'll happily take, if a guy is giving me 40s at 160, 170, 180, I'll happily take it every single day. 20s not so much because then it is not helping the side at all. So I mean, he looked the best that he has so far in this World Cup. And again, Shakib, you expect him to just have more tricks up his sleeve, beat him in the air, and probably too early into the shot. But again, well, the jury is out on the captain. So I mean, there is nothing new that you can say that you haven't already said about Rohit Sharma.
All I'm saying is, and it's of course going to be something which certain fans might not like. How is Virat Kohli compared to Rohit Sharma? I honestly don't know. In terms of T20 internationals, just in terms from a consistency point of view, I think it baffles me sometimes that Rohit is a great captain, sure, but what he kind of provides to the bat nowadays is just a joke. Because if literally you give me 40s, like Nick says, I'll still take it. And 40s consistently. We're not even expecting him to score 50 as a captain. I mean, that's a joke. I mean, what kind of cricket are we watching nowadays? I mean, for a captain of India just to come in, hit 20, crash, bang, and wallop is just a joke. Punts out there right now. And India 40 for 1, is it? No, 39 for 1, 33.5. I don't know. I understand Rohit Sharma is a fantastic ODI batter. He's great in tests. He's probably been in the top 3 batters of our test scene in the last 2-3 years. But in T20 internationals, I mean, it's just the sheer games he's played which makes his record look good. I know
Oi.
he's, of course, top of the charts in terms of the run making over there. But in T20 international World Cup history as well, Jeet. I mean, when do people start pulling the plug on Rohit Sharma? I know this is going to be his last T20 tournament. Surely it is. But can't he kind of tell that these 20s might not really help his cause, let alone the teams? I mean, surely someone will have to bail him out again right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he has struggled in this tournament as well. I think the first game he scored an unbeaten 50, but after that, it's been a complete struggle for him with left arm pace getting out in every game. But another point is that even the tracks were such where, it was not so easy to bat. But this was probably the best chance for Rohit actually to score that 60, 70 that we would have wanted from him as an opener. But that hasn't come either. So it's been quite disappointing. The IPL also, if you look, it was very, very similar. In the first half, he was very good, but in the second half, he completely faded. And that was a big issue. He was providing those quick starts, but he was not able to convert those starts into 60s and 70s. So it's something we have wanted him to do for India as well, but sadly, he's been failing to.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really bode well for the Hitman fans or Team India, and it's just tiresome, to be fair. How many times have we seen this? Even the build up to the last World Cup, which was in Australia in 2022, Rohit was just getting 27 of 11, 28 of 14, 21 of 7, or whatever it is. And people are just like, yeah, it's great, the intent, I'm loving it. And I just couldn't put my head around it. Wrote a little bit about the format, I can say Himanshu, huge bonus, I would say 39 for 1, Pranav Anand. Rohit's role should just be 15 ball, 30, 35 runs. Why should it be that? It should just be much more than
I
that,
think
bro.
that
Like,
is I think that is the problem that we've had in terms of we've completely typecasted Rohit into a guy who we think can only bat for this long. It's not the case.
exactly, his potential is so much more.
I mean, there are other people that you can try for that role. In terms of wonder, I don't think he's helped himself with that typecasting that I want to bat this much. I'll bat with a lot of intent. But the Rohit Sharma that we've all loved and grown up watching in terms of little his career is whenever said Rohit Sharma, there is nobody who's more scared than of any batter than of a set Rohit Sharma. But sadly, in this format where we expect that to happen, it's not happened. Now, whether he should continue to do it, I think the ship is sailed for that. But I just hope in the coming games, at least, just give yourself time. You do not have to really go every ball. So he's hit hundreds, as Amit Gorai says. And he's hit hundreds trying to play a very aggressive brand of cricket. But only he knows how much he wants to do it and how much he's. I don't think he's forced to do it, but it's just something that I don't think he should. He's still being very adamant about that. I'll do this or only.
And bro, like, what are you trying to say here, Amit? Like the fact that yes, the ceiling is a man here has scored a 35 ball 100 for India in the past. So I'm not saying that's the expectation every time he goes out of bat, but we know that that's what he can deliver for us, right? So why compare him to someone like Sunil Narine? Why bracket him in terms of just being an intent merchant? Why not Rohit rotates strike after 4 of 6 again? Careless shot saying Bapi 2016. Rohit
So
37 time to move on and retire from T20
yeah,
internationals gracefully.
see
And there's
the
another
the
one
cat.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
double
go
A.
on.
Yeah, you can take the comment of double A. I think that is again somewhere in the middle that you want Rohit to maximize the power play, but that cannot always be the case that the day it would come off. When the point is, it has to come off a lot more than it does at this point of time. You look at
Yeah.
Salt. you look at head, you look at everybody else who's playing with a higher intense strike rate. It has to come off a bit more for Rohit to be able to just justify going at that rate. If it's not coming off that much, rather give yourself a bit time.
Jugal saying this. Now, can you expand?
So again, Jugal, that is the exact point that I was making just a while back. That if it is there to hit, you hit it. But have you seen enough with Quinton Nichols? We've seen enough that it comes off for him more. Now you saw that in this World Cup itself. First three games, it did not come off for him, and he had low scores. But in the next three games, it's come off, and that's what you want. At least one in 5 or 6 innings, it has to come good quicker in terms of it has to, I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but those 45, 50 has to be coming every 3 or 4 games. Otherwise, if you continuously get in 20s, that start is not helping. I would rather send somebody else up the order and ask him to just hit at every ball and lose his wicket than trying to lose Rohit's wicket.
Seriously, V18 saying is Rohit Sharma trying to end his career with the label of selfless. It's not like he's played like this his entire career. Why has Rowe become pinch hitter? I don't like this role of his, throwing caution in the wind, not good for big matches, seeing Sachin Upadhyay. We'll just come back to that. 42 for 1, 5 was gone. Kohli through the offside, and there was a fielder close in, and it was kind of uppish, but they'll come back for 2. 44 for 1, 5.1 right now. And there was another comment which caught my eye, which said, yeah, Himanshu saying India need to move on from Rohit and Virat. Please don't put these two together. I'm not, again, sound like a Virat fanboy, but they are absolutely different batters. I feel like what Virat's done in the T20 realm of things for India is that he's been consistent and he's been a match winner. Just look at all the World Cups. This is the only World Cup where Virat's outperformed. And you look at generally T20 internationals, the consistency in the strike rate for Virat is way better. So to always class them as, oh yeah, the two oldies, because one is like kind of shit, you're just dragging the other one in the same breath. It's not fair. I think Virat definitely has more credit in the bank. Rohit is just playing because he's a captain. As simple as that. In fact, Jeet and Nikhil, I want to ask you all. I obviously think in the current setup right now in world cricket, Rohit Sharma plays for India because, of course, he's a better captain than he's a batter. Okay, let's put that. Let's make no mistake about it. He's in the team because he's, of course, picked for his leading ability. Sure, he's a great batter. Don't get me wrong, but do you think he gets into any other side right now? The top sides. You look at Australia, England, West Indies, South Africa. Do you see Rohit Sharma play for any of these 4 teams hypothetically right now, given how he is?
See, I think we all know, and we have probably even expected Rohit and Virat both to give up. But again, I'm not clubbing them together. The point is, we expected India to change direction. It hasn't happened. And when you name somebody your captain, there is no other way to not pick him. And again, even Rohit fans, the honest ones of them, they will admit that you probably expected more of it. And with all humble opinion and no disrespect, you wouldn't see him elsewhere. And again, it's not unfair. You had your time, and it's fine. You had your time, you had a fair crack at it. Enough, 9 World Cups now. Fair enough.
Yeah, because sometimes, Jeet, I mean, you just have to look forward. I mean, lots of people last time when India went out in Adelaide were saying 100% Rohit and Rahul have to be kind of, making way from this team. Virat, there was still a sympathetic factor because of what he's done in World Cup, so on and so forth. But where are you with Rohit Sharma right now? I know, of course, we can't complain for another 8 days and we just have to accept whatever we're going to get. And that's fine. Oh, 1 second. Holy shit. That is a shot of the day. What a shot that is. I mean, and people talk about Rohit and Virat in the same fucking breath. I mean, literally cut me some slack. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, Rohit Sharma fans. I absolutely love him in ODIs, but in T20 internationals, he's not even in the same fucking conversation. You can clip me out, you can do whatever you want with it, but it's true. It's a fact of matter. Rohit's in the team for his captaincy and his leadership skills and how tactical he is. And he's been tactical. India won against Pakistan because Rohit pulled out some tactical calls there. It was a masterclass of how he kind of operates in the T20 realm as a captain. But again, as a batter, I'm not so convinced. Last ball of the power play, and Virat settles for a single. So no problem. Good power play for India, to be fair. 53 for 1, 6 overs. In fact, it probably is the best power play they've had all World Cup, Knicks.
I
Has
think
to be, yeah, surely.
yeah,
They've
yeah. I
always
think
flirted around 50,
40
but
was. Yeah, yeah. I think this should be the best one. And again, I think just a question for producer Saab, if you can get it. Tanzim is playing his first T20 against India. The last few 4 or 5 runs of them, they've all taken 2 3 wickets. If I'm not wrong. So if we can get that data out, first T20 against India for a Bangladesh pacer, if there is some pattern there.
okay, that is something to take note of. In my opinion, Rohit's wicket isn't as key for the Indian cricket team in T20 internationals compared to the other formats. Would prefer Rohit scoring 180 strike rate, 20s and 30s rather than 140 strike rate, 50s and 60s. With depth for RGS's approach, he's disposable. Okay, look, my point is similar to what you're making, but I would say I'm not going to just settle for 20s and 30s if you're the Indian captain, mate. You're the opener. You can really take your time and then absolutely smoke it. We know our Rohit's done that in the past. And like I said, why just kind of pigeonhole him into an intent merchant? I mean, this is Rohit fucking Sharma. It's not any random person. It's not KL Rahul that we're talking about right now, right? We're talking about someone who's had a wealth of experience. He was part of the 2007 T20 World Cup. That is experience if there ever was. So, look, you guys can try to defend Rohit as a T20 international batter, but I'm just not buying it tonight. Try me. Try me. It's similar to how Bairstow has kept his place in the tests. Inspired a 30 average, take it like that. Lucky player, but maybe he did good last birth, so he's reaping it in this time. It's also the mindset and the personnel that pass ball right now need, and Bairstow fits that bill.
And it's also the narrative. It
Yeah.
is very important, but we don't realize how it's almost become acceptable to have that number. But why? Why were you happy? And again, the point here is, we had somebody commenting that we've been complaining of not having intent, but not having intent does not give anybody that freedom to get out at the wrong possible time too many times. So that is also there. That, and again, you are a senior guy. If you are a youngster given a free role to just go out there and swing at every ball, maybe different rules for you. But then you are one of the better, you are one of the best batters this country has produced. So of course we expect you to adapt and find a way out to be at that role. So uh, I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but it's, okay, whatever it is, we have few more games, and maybe after that it's a change.
Yeah. By the way, this over has not been that bad for Bangladesh. Mehdi into his second over, or third over, beg your pardon. And the off spinner has done his job so far. So let's see how that really goes forward in the middle overs as well. India 56 for 1, 7 overs gone. Jeet, what are we expecting in this phase? Will it be lots more spin in the next, say, 5 to 6 overs?
Yeah, we should see the introduction of Rishad as well pretty soon, probably from next over itself. But judging by the signs that that I've seen in the first 10 overs, there is not anything for the bowlers. Neither is the pitch stopping a lot for the batters, to get not to get the timing wrong, but even the spinners not able to generate anything out of the pitch. So I believe it's definitely a good pitch. Probably, I'll still stick to my 200 prediction here. India can definitely achieve that mark. It's Pant versus Rashad. If Pant can, take on Rashad and score a lot of runs, or have him, end up forcing an economy for 10, then maybe you can see a lot of runs in this phase. But India should be probably getting to that 8.5 to 9 per over pretty soon. Right now, it's a slow start. I feel in the last overs, they've really slowed down a lot. But Pant will have to take matters into his own hands now.
Yeah, you've gone for Pant versus Rishad. Of course, I think Nick's alluded to Dube versus Rishad being a key matchup over there. Let's see how that goes. And Sky's also in some form. So India to get above 200 is my gut feel as well. We'll, of course, all unfurl our predictions before the 15th over. And so do you, because I'm sorry we didn't have the power play contest because all of the Rohit Sharma chat. Speaking of Rishad Hassan, he's in it right now. Virat 23 of 20. 29 of 23, beg your pardon. And he starts off with wide, the leg spinner. We will take some more comments. Good to see Jugal, Soumyajit Sengupta, Adyan Singhal, Vasant Narayan, Introspect, all kind of lend in their thoughts. And we'll go to those comments
Just
one
hope,
by one.
Yeah, I'm just hoping Virat takes him for sixes and doesn't lose his wicket. Bus 2 or wicket, hopefully 2 sixes.
Oh, down the ground. What a shot that is. The first six. You got your wish, Nikhil Popat. You got your wish. And this is what I'm saying. Virat sometimes third six today, and I can't pick which is the best. And again, I mean, it's true.
No, you can actually.
I mean, this
the
one
fifth
I
one was the best. Yeah,
but
this is
one
you
was
like
so
this one.
straight. It was nuts. 81 meters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Virat really kind of letting loose. Clearly, he's in some mood. It's his highest World Cup score this tournament. 63 for 1, 7.1. So 7 runs of the first ball of this over. And now happy to take the single, which is great. It's a win-win for India and Virat. We took this from AA. Adyan single saying, bye. England, Australia have Salt Butler, Head Warner. They don't have batting depths. They're the best when it comes to that. This aspect really comes when you start defending a player. Absolutely. And I generally feel last night when we saw Sam Curran bat come out to chase whatever they had to chase England, it was the first time he was batting in the tournament. Fine, I know England haven't played that much of cricket and all of that, but it just goes to show that they have depth, but their top order is firing. And when your top order fires, is great. I mean, I would love India to win games by 9 wickets, 8 wickets, if Rohit and Virat can just keep their shape and just keep going at it. You don't have to kind of, keep going mad and be a kamikaze pilot types. Punts and strike. His approach today has been very different to the approach that we saw against Afghanistan. Afghanistan, he was just mad in his first 6-7 balls. So far, he's taken some time to open up, but he'll get there. And I think both the boys think that this particular matchup is the one to watch out for. Pant's leg spin in T20s, you can see it over there. He's out 6 times. Chooses to ground his shot this time around. Vasant Narayan going on to say, Jeet, no player has got so much opportunities like Rohit has. So many deserving who've toiled. Faiz Fazal, Jarat Saxena and Red Ball, Amol, Mazumdar during such an era. So some get chance, others don't. I mean, Rohit, of course, I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the chance. He did. But there was another MI fan who just admitted earlier that he should have probably stopped playing T20 cricket for India 3 World Cups ago. I don't know where I would sit in that. I would just say if India wanted to choose Hardik Pandya as captain, Rohit Sharma wouldn't have gone on this trip. Oh, good ball from Rishad Hassan. Very, very good ball. We are investing in Rohit, the youngster, so that he can come good when he's 40, lol. Cheekily saying Jugal. Not easy for Kohli to take off spin on the leg side due to the crosswind. That's something to keep a note of in the venue front, and Introspect points that out. Rohit has played all the T20 World Cups apart from the first one, and I hardly remember match-winning knocks from him. He's been a good batter in bilaterals, if not for his captaincy. Exactly.
But
Virat,
sorry, Avanish.
Yeah.
You can see from Jeet's hair the way the wind is blowing. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I actually like it now. It's way better instead of just a bang down the.
So this is how courteous we are. That scorecard pe to nahi bata raha wind, but then Jeet is adjusting his hair the way the wind is blowing. How good is that?
No, true. 67 for 1, 7.5. We are watching an entire sky tonight doing this watchalong cricket.com. Punt down the ground. There is a fielder there, but he bisects both of them. And look, that's a great start to the over, but also a great end to the over. So India have got lots of runs in that over, 15 to be specific, and they are on their way to something big tonight. They got 181 for 8 against Afghanistan. Let's see if you guys think they can better that. Tell us in the comments below. Surya, good to see you, sir. A lot of societies around the world are centered around centralization of power. Unfortunately, leaders aren't known to give up their power. Virat preempted it because he knew it might be asked to step down. Again, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. And I think the way how everything was shaping up for this T20 World Cup, you felt that Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli would go because of the venue. I kept telling you all earlier, throughout, on all these shows in cricket.com, if it was anywhere else, Rohit Sharma wouldn't have gone to the World Cup. 100%. You could have probably taken that out in writing. Good to see Pant playing accordingly with the situation, indeed, because we saw him play at a completely different pace the other game. Today, I didn't make Kohli the captain in Dream 11. He's playing well. I apologize to everyone for Kohli's dip in form, saying Priyanshu Dhawan. Priyanshu, loving the fact that you are... Exactly.
Mera kaam hai with Sky.
Tanzim to Kohli. Oh, he's done him with a slow ball, is he?
Oh,
And he's trying to give Virat Kohli some chirp. Have some respect, man. Have some respect, Tanzim. I mean, sure, you can of course
that's okay.
celebrate.
He'll get it back anyways.
Yeah, I think Virat's gonna
worried
give it
about the
back.
respect.
Yeah, you can't send Virat off. I mean, sure you can, and he's done that.
Did that keep a bit low?
That's why I'm just trying to see the spin vision angle, whether it was a little, of course, using
But
his
yeah,
fingers
producer
as well.
Sam. And again, Virat, well played. But
And man, Priyanshu Dhawan's bloody comment has jinxed the whole.
He's jinxed it.
It is the new. See, I told you, it's the new guy. The new guy, Virat always gets out to them. And again, the new guy started with Virat. But again, I think he's done. You'd say he's done his job.
I don't know Imanshu's timing the comment, but maybe he said it, and then of course he's got a black tongue. They've got black tongues in the comments. Rohit kept getting chances until he clicked because India always persists with youngsters who can pick length early with space, same as Gill and Test. Both are different league compared to Ranji regulars. Yastirani, thank you for that comment, and keep your comments coming
Actually,
through. Indeed.
Avanish, if you think about it, that's exactly how India has played T20 cricket.
Yeah,
And that's also one of their problems, that we've always tried to set people in terms of, okay, he's a good longer format player, he'll adapt to the shorter format, but that's not how the game is wanting to evolve. So genuinely hoping that next time we'll see the other way around. Start from T20 cricket, and then if you want, go the longer route. But okay, Sky it is.
Sky
Chalo.
first ball hooked away for 6. Is it? Bloody
अभी नहीं इसको
Bantu.
send off. तास्किन भाई, तंजीम भाई, इसको कुछ बोलो, क्या खेला बताओ जरा.
Yeah, now fucking lip him. Give him some sort of chirp. You're not going to say that, is he? First ball, trying to be confident, bounce Sky out. This is the number one batter in the world, as some of the office colleagues told me. So Surya off the mark with a 6. Short boundary over there, but he had to kind of react, and he reacted beautifully. So already an eventful over. Bangladesh coming back well. Tanzim in particular, getting Virat out for 37. If you guys are just joining us, you should have seen some of the shots that Virat did play before he got out. Bold to this man. Extra bounce there. And gone, is it?
Is it out? बताओ अभी इसको तो देगा.
He's given. So 1 second. Tanzim has shut us up. And of
The
course,
new
he's going
guy.
to revenge very, very quickly.
Vikas Bhai.
Vikas Bhai. I don't know why Vikas Bhai is being called up, but Vikas Bhai is
Are for the data, the first T20 against India.
Oh, yes. Vikas Bhai. Please, yaar. Vikas Bhai.
क्या कर रहा है भाई?
Supla, Sky's the helmet of the pink again. Out. You guys are all black tonguers. All black tongues. Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh my God, out. Wow, some reaction. What a wicket from Tanzim. Good aggression. And he's got Virat, he's got Surya, and now I think the two lefties out there.
Shivam Dube time.
It is Dube and it is Pant.
Oh, wow.
Oof. So
okay, makes sense because the spinners will be operating. I thought they might send in Pandya, but of course, they've gone with Dube knowing that it's going to be spinners who will be operating. So, fair enough.
And look, good India's game, no worries. Good call from Shanto because he could have gone back to spin, but he didn't. He wanted to kind of disrupt some stuff, and he got his wicket. I think that kept low, like Greg pointed out as well, Virat's wicket. Selfless Kalo or 150 play, all out Ho Jao, saying sports fan. I mean, the ball to Sky was a real peach. I think Virat's kept low as well. Very similar to Sky's dismissal against Haris Rauf in last World Cup in Australia. Yeah, extra bounce. I think that got him the thumb. This slice of Sky has been his Achilles heels in his career, saying Somerjeet Sengupta. Heels, I think he means. The other one is Talas and Dube will smash today. Yeah, the deputy chief commissioner of sixes. What did he call himself? DCS.
Ooh, the deputy commissioner of hitting sixes or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Does England have the batting depth? Really? They have Curran at 6. Then the bowlers. Yesterday was the time to go hard on the power play, but they didn't. Yeah, yesterday, honestly, Butler and Bairstow took off them. I mean, 17 dot balls between them. And it makes you think. I mean, it was a good little observation that even I was kind of watching, and I was just like, why do they have Archer coming in right now? And they had, of course, Adil Rashid over there. And sometimes you think, sure, when they play Chris Jordan, it just kind of increases their batting power a little bit more. But yesterday, I think they were playing toply. So, look, good point made by Pranav Anand over there. This is scary. Dube's day. He should come good. It's a fucking tuition for him today. Huge exam. I would say tuition exam is what I meant to say. What is that? Bounce. LOL. Yeah, crazy. Just spat up like a little cobra. Dube, I want Hardik Pandya. I mean, that was a question to both of you all from me next. Would you have sent Hardik purely because you would want one righty, one lefty, or fuck it, just send Dube out?
Yeah, Jeet, I'm gonna go first.
I personally don't mind Dube being sent in. Of course, like I've always mentioned, the Caribbean win factor is a huge thing, and so are the dimensions, where always one side is shorter. So you need to maximize that. You can only do that when you have a right hand.
Uppish. Sorry, it was slightly uppish, but gets away with it. Yeah, but spot on.
So I think it's fair enough because, of course, they expect spinners to be operating right now. So they've sent in Dube. But I think Bangladesh would be smarter right now. And they might also get maybe Mustafizur from the other end. So they'll be smart enough to use pace right now, knowing that you've got two batters who are out there in the middle who could demolish spin. So they might be careful. And that's why I think this is a very smart move from Bangladesh to send in Tanzim right now. This done wonders for them.
He has, man. And to, of course, not just get one, but 2 wickets. He's pulled Bangladesh back in the game. 79 for 3, 8.5. We're also having a prediction contest for the first innings score. If you guys can predict rightly, $1,000 in terms of the Amazon voucher tonight, because there was no power play prediction. So if you guys can win it and call it accurately to the T, $1,000 to win on this platform right here, right now. Vishnu, Raghu Shankar, good to see you. You ask, will India play weaker opponents backfire when they face teams like Australia, England, South Africa? We hope that they don't. We hope that.
But then but that's the schedule. You can't do anything about it.
Exactly. And the way it's already kind of panned out for us, it's almost like we've got 3, 4, 5 warm-up games. But we've not. Obviously, we've got only one warm-up game against Bangladesh, and then the rest of group games and all of that. Suri saying, guys, who's your dream coaching staff for the men's and women's cricket team? We'll tell you that in a bit. There's a lot to chat with you about random things in Indian cricket and the cricket landscape at large. So do remind me about this comment closer to the first innings break. We'll, of course, give our thoughts about that because I know Gambhir is perilously close to getting the job, dare I say. Akash Dikshit, is that a new name in the comments? If it is, please subscribe. And you're going to say 183. So you think India are going to better their total by 2 runs that they did against Bangladesh. Now it is Mehmudullah, who we did see bowl in the power play as well to India. Beg your pardon, in the warm-up against India. The India-Bangladesh clash that was. I think he got Rohit's wicket as well. So another spin option. It's a day game, so you're expecting more spin to probably suss these two out. And it's a matchup, is it? What is it, Jeet? I mean, Pant, do you think he'll take the off spinner on and fancy his chances?
I think Dube might be the batter who might take Mehmudullah on. So this also is not entirely surprising because they've got 2 right-arm off spinners in their side. So I think Mehdi Hasan has bowled out 3 overs. So and Mehmudullah is somebody who does well against left-handers as well. Like who is that guy? Mohammad Hafiz. So whenever a left-hand batter is brought in, they get Mehmudullah on. But I think Dube could be the guy who could probably take him on, or should be the guy who should be taking him on and put the pressure right back at them so that Mehmudullah is out. 1 over and out. That's it.
Yeah, I think punch for punch, Dube can go for it, but he's in that little headspace where he just needs a little bit of form. I know he got India over the line against the US of A, but it's today where people are really, really going to be looking at him with a little microscope. Gavaskar was praising Rohit Sharma as if it was all for the team. Then for Virat, he was like, what was he looking to do? I mean, I'm sick and tired of Sunny G, to be fair. 190 saving up on the line. And a single for Dube, is it? No, it'll be cut off over there. So Mehmudullah trying to get through this over as quickly as Ravi Jadeja does in his over. So 4 balls in, just a single. And those 2 wickets have really kind of pegged things back nicely for Bangladesh. We'll keep taking some comments. Keep commenting. We will take as many as we can because that's the one platform on YouTube which does cricket in India, which takes absolutely every fucking comment. You can trust us over there. Slight misfield, but nothing too costly for Bangladesh. Just a single. 82 for 3, 9.5. I want to ask the boys also how Shanto will use his bowling options in the last 10 overs. But meanwhile, Ravi Singh is clearly frustrated and disappointed. Why Virat is playing so careless shot and crease when he's playing so good? I mean, you can't say that was careless. I think he was just fancying his chances. Everything he kind of touched on the day was looking really good. So give the bowler also some credit, and it kept low, like one of the guys said in the comments. Pant comes back for 2. No. So 10 overs gone, 83 for 3. You guys have another 5 overs to tell us about your first innings predictions. Akshat Tadish gone for 183, Vasant Narayan 190. Do tell us and ask us anything else as well. Think Pacers have some help in this track. And Sachin saying Jaddu pinch hitting 30 plus knock today. In the death, I feel they got 200 plus. This would make Avanish's day. I mean, you guys know me now.
That would make Avanish's leap year. Forget day.
Yeah, I mean, things I'd like to see today. I already saw a pretty tip-top knock from Virat. 37, he's getting above every game, and I can't wait to see him against the Australian team on Monday, I should say. We're going to be doing Watchalong then as well. I want to see Jadeja get some runs because last time he was just a specialist fielder. I mean, I know he is, but like he literally won the fielding medal in that early game. And I also want to see Portugal win, which starts at 9:30. So Euro action on my iPad on the
Okay.
side, but on the TV, I have, of course, the beloved Men in Blue. Kohli isn't playing like himself this World Cup. He should play the long game. Man, look, another couple of games, lads. Mohammad Aran, do not write him off. You're an RCB fan, I know that. So give him some time. Believe. And he's got a lot of credit in the bank, so he can give you that thing. By what's with Sunny Gavas commentary, he says Rohit is the one who plays the team. Yeah, I mean, someone else pointed that out as well, Adyan, but thank you for that. Just listen to us. Mute these guys and listen to us, because we will, of course, give you commentary ourselves, insights, stats. We're bantering each other, and we react like passionate mofos. Dube should feature as a finisher with Akshar, and Hardik should bat up the order ahead of Dube, saying Somjit Sen Gupta. Jeet, do you agree with that thought?
Yeah, fair enough. So, I mean, this is where you could see that they brought in Mahmudullah into the attack, with the leg side being not only the larger side, but also with the wind being against that. So basically, if a left-hander tries to slog to the leg side, it's going to be against the wind, so it's going to be harder. If Hardik Pandya or any right-handed batter was out there in the middle, Bangladesh would have had to think twice before introducing someone like Mahmudullah, because Hardik would have probably gone after them. So that is also, these are small things that you need to kind of think, or you need to evaluate before the game, and be very, very smart to adjust according to the situation. So I probably wouldn't really mind if Pant is somebody who's batting aggressively like he has in the previous games. I know today he's been slow, but if he's batting aggressively, I don't mind Hardik Pandya also walking in early. But then it will be left-handers galore at the back end. So that's the big problem with that. Akshar, Jadeja, Dube, you don't want that as finishers. You probably want a right-hander as well down there, and we don't have anybody barring Hardik. So that's probably something to contemplate.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Knicks. Vasant going on to say, I'm not against Virat being aggressive. He isn't better off with cross batted and can rather play through the V or straight. I'm reminded of his dismissals versus Madhushanka in the Asia Cup 2021. I mean, that's, again, all right. I'm not going against you, but look at your little avenue that you're talking about in terms of the dismissals. Because
Yeah, and
Virat's.
see, we see with Virat also. Again, not it's not just Virat. See, it's just the T20 setup that I think we fans are also confused in terms of what we feel is acceptable and what is not
Short.
acceptable.
Sorry, short.
Uh-huh. So,
Through
yeah,
the offside before by Pant.
deserved. Yeah. So the catch there is ke we all want them to bat like we want them to bat in ODIs, because that's how we've seen them play, and we feel ke because they're playing, taking those extra risks, they're getting out. But you saw what Virat did in the IPL, right? That is exactly the role. So it's not that if he bats at three, he'd bat differently. The point that we have to just accept is the entire team has bought into the idea that we will go for it every ball. If it's there, we will go for it, which is what you saw with Sky. First ball on the body, he got a shot one, reacted to it, was happy to hit it in the air. Yeah, good ball. So that is something that we have to accept. And now the second step is how we go about differentiating between what Rohit is doing and what Virat is doing. How many of them are giving themselves enough chances to come good? Which is why when we also discussed in the previous watchalongs, we were very critical of Virat trying to bat the way he's batted in the IPL. That I need to go harder very early, but we want him to give some time, because this is not a 200, right? It's a 161. Again, you can eventually get to 200, but you don't have to start thinking 200. So that is the mindset that we are talking about. So I I don't know if the criticism is like, why is he aggressive?
Oh, shut up. What a shot that is. That is
Sorry,
mad. That is mad. Sorry, that's.
he swept pace for a six.
I mean, what a shot this is. I mean, again, rolling off the fingers, but it doesn't matter for Rishabh Pant. And Mustafizur has been smoked today, who's been very
Yeah, isn't that
proper for Bangladesh.
that's an emoji? ROTF, rolling out the fingers.
100%. Rishabh Pant is saying Somjit Sen Gupta, and Double saying the whole Roku chat has become exhausting. Earlier they lacked intent, now they don't try hard, now they play unnecessary shots and should play longer. Again, talk only about the row, not the co. I feel like, yeah, sure, they're great batters. They can be spoken about sometimes in the same sentences, but not in this regard, and I don't agree with that. Introspect saying great shot. Himanshu saying shot. We're all loving Rishabh Pant's innings so far. And so far, what he's delivered, I mean, this so-called experiment of batting Rishabh Pant one down, Jeet, It's been brilliant. I know they've gone for Rishabh Pant as an opener in past T20 internationals for India. That England away series comes to mind. But this move for the World Cup has worked wonders for Rahul Dravid and Rohit Sharma, right?
It has, and if you look at his T20 and numbers batting at each position, the one position where he has succeeded or excelled a lot is number three. So coming into this World Cup also, he had very good numbers at number three as compared to any other batting position where he is batted.
Four more.
There you go.
What a shot that is. And I mean, it was a pretty shit ball, but it still had to be put away for four. And India, even though
But
they
then,
kind of had a quite over, they got
yeah,
14 off this over. Yeah, so on. Go on, Jeet.
he's
Sorry.
hitting with the wind here. He's hitting with the wind. So basically, Fizz is operating around the wicket to left-handers, trying to bowl it outside the off and force them to hit against the wind. But he's actually making a mess, or maybe Pant is too good enough. Let's just face it.
Yeah, I mean, the execution from this over has not been the way he would like it to be. Can India get up their 100 in this over itself? 97 for 3 and driven through for a dot ball. So look, good over. And India now kind of looking onwards and upwards for 160, 170 minimum, even though there's Hardik left, Akshar, Jadeja, and the likes of them. Do let us know. Do let us know what you guys think in terms of the predictions. You guys have another 4 overs. You guys can choose to, of course, say it closer to the 15th over mark, but 1,000 rupees up for grabs today. Tell a friend. And also, we're targeting about 50 likes today, yaar. Please. India versus Bangladesh. It's another Super 8 clash. Let's go for it. We also need to use the mix-up, Andy, for 2 minutes, which is not happening. There's no chance it's happening. I might have to mute myself, apparently, is the order of the house, which could not happen. It just couldn't happen. It's a watch along. I'll try to do what I can do. Kohli's form is deteriorating in opening. They should bring Jaiswal and move Kohli to number 3. They're not going to, again, do that this World Cup at least. Rishabh to Dube. It's the matchup over with regards to what these boys have been talking about before. And Mohammad Aran asks, am I the only one missing Indian night games this World Cup? They give a different vibe and also bring a different challenge with conditions due, etc. I mean, I wish India played night games, man. But if you're talking about
in some other world,
the other games I haven't been able to wake up and watch. Maybe if India was playing, we would have been forced to wake up and watch because of the Watchalong. We would have been there, so on and so forth. 197 saying Sachin Upadhyay. India 98 for 3. So you think another 99 runs in the next, 8.5 overs, which is great. I think there is going to be something. A 180 shot. Rishabh Pant down the ground, one-handed for 6. Oh, this boy. How much we love him in an India shirt. It is madness. And I'm not even going to bring up the accent even anymore.
No, not even needed.
Yeah, people are just like, bhai, this is what happens when you give, a second opportunity, when life presents you this chance, you grab it with both hands and all of that bullshit. Look, fuck it. Pant's just doing Pant things. I like that comment from Swamijit Sengupta earlier. Rishabh Panti. I mean, you never know. Hero Panti was a movie. Maybe Rishabh Panti is his biopic. Oh, swept away for 4 more. He's getting into the Bangladesh bowlers here. And this is the matchup that Jeet was talking about. Pant against, of course, Rishad Hussain. I know Nick was talking about Dube versus Hussain, which will probably be also on the cards. But so far, Rishabh Pant's winning this, Jeet.
It's not surprising. And this is the key, right? You have to take down Bangladesh's best spinner or the best bowler itself. And that is what Pant is doing. And this is where Rishad is getting challenged because he had tracks and he had opponents who were weak against his spin. But this is India, and this is Rishabh Pant, potentially even Shivam Dube later on. These guys are good against his spin, and again, there is no assistance for the spinners, so it's probably the best time for these guys to bat.
Oh, reverse slip, 1 shot too many, 1 shot too many, and again, it's done him harm. We saw him against Rashid Khan trying to reverse sweep, and he was plumb. Nikhil is laughing.
Why would you play these shots?
Jeet is like, bhai, tu kuch bhi khel. See what run out is to me, reverse sweep is to Jeet.
Exactly.
Cheeky shots. I hate cheeky shots.
It's ridiculous. Sometimes when you won the over as well, you got a 6 down the ground. You, of course, swept him away conventionally for 4. Pant, 36 of 24. If he's telling himself that, he's just like, shit, I should have controlled myself. But it was probably become habitual right now with Rishabh Pant. Greg saying jinxed again. Similar dismissal Laughs Pranav Anand. I mean, it's nuts. It's
So
honestly nuts.
honest question to both of you and to everybody in the chat. How do you take a call at this point of time? Whether you should be angry with that dismissal or that, are okay, he was. I can't decide for myself.
No, neither can I, because like he's such a terrific batter, and we see some mad shots. We saw it, of course, I think in the first couple of games as well, where he plays the ramp, the cheeky reverse sweep, and when it comes off, it's brilliant. I think he got 4, 5, 6 lives against Pakistan, and he employed that shot quite maddening. But now I think Rahul Dravid will probably have a word with him, be like, Rishabh, you play that shot, no problem. No problem, you play it all day. But just be mindful, especially if you won the over, then I would suggest you to not play that shot. But again, who's to tell Pant off? Who is to tell
You
Pant
see,
off?
it's the same thing that we said with Rohit, right?
Correct.
That okay, I mean, how many are too many, and
Exactly.
what are you trying to attempt? So, yeah.
In fact,
Over
I
to
don't know where
Jeet
I
for
heard
that
it.
hand.
Was it in that
Yeah.
Ravi Ashwin chat that he had with Ravi Shastri, where Ravi Shastri also said that, we kept telling Rishabh Pant to play these kind of shots, even though he was getting out with it, keep encouraging him, keep kind of giving him the whole longer rope to play this brand of cricket. But then sometimes you might just have to kind of have logic prevail. And look, if it was the first ball of the over and he did that and he got out, not a problem, no problem whatsoever. I just, of course, was coming from the concern that you've got 10 off that over, potentially 11 or 12 or whatever he milked. Why? You won it over. There's another 9.5 overs to go. India need you right now, even though they have Hardik and Akshar and stuff. So that's where I would criticize Pant, but again, 24 ball, 36, can't complain. Similar dismissal for Pant, but the shot selection wasn't bad. I think Rishad got hit after being too straight, and on the pads, it was obvious he was going to bowl wider. So the shot was on, maybe the length wasn't. Yeah, good observation from Pranav Anand. I mean, Pranav Anand should honestly join one of our shows, man. Like, he's been there for the longest time, loyalty, great insight, and of course, a keen observer of the game. RP's reaction after getting out was like, Ben Stokes, Q Kela. Yeah, and that's what makes you the player that you end up being. You, of course, attempt few things, you fail, you learn, and you get better. So it's happening for India preceding the important stages of the tournament. So hopefully he's mindful for that. Mehmudullah to continue, and he starts off with a wide. 111 for 4, 12 overs gone. You guys still have another 18 balls to lock in your predictions for $1,000 this evening. It's a Saturday super dhamaka offer from cricket.com. Ki taraf se. I just had to say that, taraf se. But generally, 3 overs to lock in your scores. We will get Jeet and Nick's prediction as well as mine in just a bit. I have the same reaction like VK did. Abe yaar. That is true. That is true. We saw that how VK reacted when Jadeja got out. Did you guys see that? That was hilarious. This is why playing too much IPL will cost international matches. They try to attack and get out in crucial moments, eventually losing the match. IPL is destroying Indian cricket. No, it isn't. You can't blame the IPL for
No,
that.
this is not IPL specific. This happens everywhere in the world, and all these youngsters are guilty of playing these shots. If you look at the 2 shots that Pant played, that fetched him a 6 in the 4 before he got dismissed, they were proper cricketing shots. And this ball also is there to be smashed down the ground. So these cheeky shots are very, very unnecessary, I believe. And when you have the muscles to clear the ropes, use those muscles. If you're somebody like Yuzvendra Chahal, then I don't mind going for those ramps or reverse sweeps, because you'll probably fetch 4 out of those kind of shots rather than down the ground, because you don't have the strength to actually clear the ropes down the ground. So when you have the muscle power, just use it. Don't go for those cheeky shots.
No, true. And Akash Dikshit going on to say, this is Pant's logic. In his world, only appreciation exists. He'll never stop doing it. And it's worked for him. Dube powerfully through the offside. Will he come back for 2? No, I think he'll settle for 1. And remember, Dube had a stinker against Bangladesh in the warm-up, even though that was in New York. So hopefully it's a good innings. But Jugal saying, what is a good innings from Dube look like from here? I mean, essentially, look, India 113 for 4, whatever. I would expect Dube to get, I'm guessing, a 45, around 40 plus from here.
Yeah, fair.
Bat till the end and make it count.
I wouldn't want to bat. I wouldn't want to bat him till the end. I'll want him to just look to hit at least 3, 4 sixes, but bat himself. This is something that I observed just when they show the dismissals. both those reverse sweep dismissals are of balls that are very, very full.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can control them too many. I mean, too often if that is so full. And as Jeet said, even pointed out, you are rather more suited, better suited to use that and just go straight in the way. You are going to be far more in control. I think if it is just a bit more behind, again, not a technical expert, but you just feel you will be able to get the elevation also to get it above the person. The too full means you are taking a chance, and it could like it has gone straight to the fielder twice.
Yeah, and it's premeditation. So Pant is probably telling himself before the bowler releases his ball, saying, you know what, may instead of maring, I'll score whatever. And we saw it against Rashid, way too full to reverse sweep. We saw it today again. But like Pranav Anand mentioned in the comments, because it was slightly wider, Pant thought he could get away with it. Jugal, I think it's about 40 plus from here on. Let me know if you guys think the same. What I meant by saying I want him to bat as close to the 20th over is the fact that if he's there, he's probably going to get 50-60, in fact, with the way he kind of could really catch up at the end. I had the same reaction like we took that one. We took this one as well from Bhavishnu. Has Dube ever taken a 2? Asking Adyan Singhal. Plenty in that Afghanistan series that he made it count earlier this year. I hope these batters put up till the 17th overs from here on. Yeah, I agree. And then have the likes of Akshar Jadeja, so on and so forth. We can't crumble this down from here for the next 2 overs. Let's play it by the ear and see what we read in the 14th over phase, saying Swamiji and Gupta. And I agree with you because till the 15th, the 16th over mark, these two should just still be there and then go for it. Because I know India have, of course, the bowling resources to restrict even Bangladesh under 160. But just for comfort and that little cushion, you'll probably need 180 on the surface, but I might be wrong. We are used to an approach where batsmen throw their wickets away after making 30s, 20s, but it's about time we embrace on approach, like especially while batting first. Ashwin's tweet going on to say such an Upadhyay. And people blaming Rohit and Kohli need to understand why they were backing them during selections based on an ODI World Cup. I mean, to be honest with you, Chant, welcome to the chat, by the way. But again, I don't want to, of course, mention both of them in the same fucking conversation. Rohit is more Captain Rohit for me, and Kohli has just been brilliant since the last 3-4 months at T20 International. So that was not based on ODI World Cup. It was always happening based on his World Cup pedigree and his recent IPL form as an opener. Chris Nunez, good to see you. Join the chat as ever. And like this video, all you boys and girls, regular listeners, cool cats, the legends in the chat, please like this video. Yeah, it makes us feel better about putting in time on a Saturday night, and of course giving you the watch along, the banter and the reactions that you guys love. Now Chris goes on to say, boys, I was listening to Ashwin speak about the Indian team's realization of Indian batters not exploiting the square of the wicket, and Pant was the answer. I don't mind he getting out like this, saying Chris. Yeah, and again, you live by the sword, die by the sword. We've heard that cliche all the time, but it fits Pant's bill the best, I feel. I only believe in Akshar Patel from here on, alongside Hardik, to be fair. Let's see where we can reach. I mean, Jadeja will, of course, deliver against Australia against today. I mean, he doesn't want to. So Akshar can choose
He
to
already
have
has an excuse ready. He's already have an excuse ready. Wow. But just to point,
yeah.
Fizz is already bowling his third over. This is only the 14th over. So I'm very interested to see. Probably Tanzim bowls 2 at the back end, but and 1 from Fizz. So that is still means a lot of spin to come from Europe.
Okay. Jugal Singh, India should get Mark Boucher as coach if only to sack Rhodes from the T20 team. LOL. Cheeky comment. Knowing that Jugal is an MI fan as well. Fair enough. I just feel that this World Cup, there's been an effort from everyone to go all out attacking regardless of what the pitch wants you to do. Don't know if it's right or not, saying Mr. Singhal. And there's another cheeky quick one coming in from Somajit's end, saying that's why Hardik Pandya should have been sent ahead of Dube. Look, everyone is pulling their hair apart from Shivam Dube. I mean, there are lots of people DMing me saying, how the hell are you not saying anything in your watchalongs on Shivam Dube? Why can't he bat better? Is it just a Chennai thing? So on and so forth. I want to give him a little bit more time. I think Team India will give him a little bit more time. Even if he fails today, I don't think Sanju Samson will come in for the Australia games and then they're going forward. He has got that slight value add that he bowls. I don't know if he'll actually fucking bowl, but he's been picked on that precedent. And the fact that he's got a clear role as a spin hitter. I want him to perform today, and today is a very, very important knock for him, whatever he musters. What
But
are the
just
both
just on that,
risk?
sir, just on that, Avnish, and to both of you, if Dube fails today, again, just honestly speaking, do you still think Sanju can be given a chance and not Dube? You have Aksar and Jadeja who can hit spin. I mean, at least try to Jadeja. Aksar can play spin well, but do you take a call now? Because if you don't take a call in the next game, you don't take it at all.
No, I would just stick. I would stick. I mean, if they were trying to get Sanju in, they should have probably done it a couple of games earlier. Parnikov down the ground for just a single. I would stick and hoping just this Dube experiment comes off. I don't know what Jeet would make of it, but before Jeet has his go, a kind reminder: 5 balls left for your first
Yeah,
innings predictions, and I will tell you mine. Jeet will tell you his, and Nikhil will tell you
yeah,
his. So, Jeet, where do you stand in
yeah,
that? Going back to that point
Yeah.
on Dube.
First of all, I think this is the over where Dube has to launch
yeah,
Mehndi and
yeah.
make use of it. But besides that, I'll
Either he
stick
gets
with
out
it.
or
I wouldn't really. Yeah, he has to go big, that's for sure.
Mine of
So I
13.
don't mind. Yeah. Also, he took a single.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
go
don't
on,
mind
Jeet.
sticking with Dube personally because at the end of the day, it's still an additional bowling option if required. So if something happens to a bowler during a game where he happens to get injured and cannot complete his full quota of overs, maybe gets injured after just bowling 1 over, then those 3 overs still become crucial. And Shivam Dube is still that option that you've got. On the
Yeah.
flip side, I can understand that Sanju Samson is no mark. He can smash the
Oh, it was a shit ball, a
he can
long
smash
hop, and
spin
Hardik
as well.
Pandya puts it away for 6. Sorry to cut across, Jeet, but literally shocking ball from Mehdi. And Pandya's like, thank you, that's a buffet ball, and I'll help myself, all right. 3 balls left then, Jeet. Quickly, prediction from your side. What will India get this evening? First innings predictions, let it be true. Jeet, Nix, what do you guys feel?
I'm looking at least 60 more if possible. But probably okay, good boundary that helps. So
Oh,
60
yeah.
more from 128. So probably I would. I mean, 200 would be lovely, but probably 186 is what I'll stick with.
Okay, 186. Love that. Jeet, are you going to better Knicks?
I'm still going for 203. So I still expect
Ooh,
India to muster a lot of runs in the last 5 overs. So I'll stick with that 200 plus. Just about.
I'm actually going to be slightly more pragmatic here and say India will get somewhere close to what they did against Afghanistan. So around 180. I would like them to get much more. And of course, my beloved Jadeja to get into the act and all of that. So having considered all of those things, I would still kind of side with Knicks here, closer to him, 188, I would say, randomly. So Knicks is going for 186, I've gone for 188, 203 saying Jeet. You guys have one more ball to do it, so lock it in. I'm not going to take any more predictions going forward. And if you guys get it right, you guys get $1,000 in terms of the Amazon voucher from cricket.com. So Nitesh Kumar saying 179. Lots of you guys commenting right now in terms of your scores, and I love that. 186 saying Pranav Anand. I will replace Dube with Samson saying Vasan Narayan. And today, again, Dube so far he's not attacked spin as much as we'd like him to do. Looks like Dube is taking role of middle overs anchor. He can't take so many balls to settle, saying sports fan. Bhai, what is Dube looking to do here? Asks Mr. Singhal. You want him to hit spin, but I don't know how much of overspin are left. Last chance for him, I feel. If it comes off, good enough. Otherwise, drop him in the next game. And without the front foot game, you can't expect Dube's brute force to clear the ropes and go berserk. I think that Rinku has an access is a number 4 and his agility and quicker feet movements and timing than Dube, saying Somjit. And I think Greg went on to say Rinku over Dube, and that is one hell of a point. I fully agree with him. I mean, essentially, I don't know how he's missed out, and Dube's got the nod in the starting 11. Hey, I messaged on X about the last game prediction winnings. Hadn't heard. We'll get back to that. We will get back to you on that double A. So don't fret.
this is
You
the
will get
over.
your $500. This is
This
the
is the over.
over.
Shivam gets out, or he goes at least 3 sixes or a wicket.
15 balls for his 10, man. Come on, Shivam Dube. Press the fucking accelerator right now. India 134 for 4, 15.1. All your predictions have been locked in. You guys can't have your say anymore. Whoever wins it from here wins it. Dube tries to hit this one, and he's nearly bisected the fielders there, but he'll come back for 2. And look, Dube can come back for two. He has taken a two.
Just
Indeed.
take it.
Yeah, but like we're trying to figure out at the same time, Adyayan, the fact that he has been trying to muscle his way through. This is the over. It's a big call. It's a release shortcoming. It's a couple of release shortcomings, you think, from Dube's end. And only time will tell how India will get uh, to how much India will get to rather in the grander scheme of things. 199, Nitish Tongia saying, Introspect saying 199 as well. Is that a wide from Shakib? It is a wide. Jugal saying 178, 182 from Adyan Singhal, 193 AA, 198 Introspect changing his comment in the nick of time, 205 saying Prateek Singh, so bettering Jeets by 2. Dube down the ground, and this is the hitting we want. This is the kind of hitting we want. So look, Shivam Dube, here's your
Shabash.
chance to really
Finally.
have a retribution
This is the
rectify
over.
a thing.
Come on.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sivaram Reddy going on. Sivarami Reddy, beg your pardon, saying why spin basher Shivam Dube not hitting the spinners? Well, he's starting to now.
Just done that.
Siva. Let's see if that can come for a longer time in this game. Dube's knock is already horrible, even if he compensates from here on, saying sports fan, and make Dube do catching practice with his hands tied and run
I-
max speed without any warm up. Wow. I know you guys are still not forgiving him after dropping Mohammad Rizwan, and who will? Of course, those will be remembered
Yeah.
by all the people in the streets. 144 for 415.4, and I think he was going to go for that too, but Shakib, of
Yeah.
course,
Two.
kind
Two
of
foot.
adjusted well, and eventually he kind of yoked himself. So 144 for 415.4, that is basically another, what is it, 26 balls from here. So I'm
26.
saying
Yeah.
200 is on. I know I can't change my prediction, but I feel whatever. Even if I get 188 plus, I'll take it as an Indian fan.
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya, how much can he get? Because he's literally a different person in the World Cup. Of course, he got slandered as a Mumbai Indian captain, but so far as bat with ball, he's been top draw. We can't complain about him. More comments to take, which I will. But of course, like this video, guys. We're aiming for 50 likes. We're hoping Shivam Dube
Please.
comes to the party. And for Shivam Dube to do well, let's all put up positive energy by liking this video.
Yeah.
How about that? For just to see some berserk nature of hitting from the Deputy Commissioner of Sixes, as he's known in Chennai, Shivam Dube. Can he please finish off this innings well? And can you guys please like this video, because it is a Saturday night and it is a cricket.com watch along. Melville going on to say 211 first for a six. For example, he was going to say 2011. I was like, what are you talking about, bro? 202 saying Sivarami ready, but appreciate everyone new joining us right now, and subscribe as well, because I know we are hitting 91K very, very shortly. So jump on that bandwagon and make our community stronger. Avanish, Nicks, imagine Pant and Samson together instead of Dube and Pant. Who would you prefer instead of deceding further? Even casual fan would prefer Samson over Dube. I mean, we've always been on Team Samson more than Dube, but this is how it worked out for Team India. So you're going to back out the players which is out there. And this is a very important knock, like I've been saying all evening for Shivam Dube. How he, of course, goes on from here as well. It's half done, this job, because right now, India still have, what is it, another 4 overs left. Dube,
overs.
20 of 19. He has the perfect foundation, but can he, of course, apply the finishing touches? I'm sure MS Dhoni would have given him a tip or two.
No, I think just to add on that, I think I was probably on the Shivam Dube side, purely from the point of view that, see, you have to remember when he was selected, he was doing the job very, very well. And had you not selected him, then,
1 second. Oh, he's not out. Sorry.
yeah.
Flashed away.
So
for a
had you not taken the only guy who's murdering spin, it would have looked, dude, what are you then trying to do in terms of who will hit spinners? So, of course, it hasn't worked out that Shivam ended the IPL poorly. And I think the New York Knicks are not going to be the ones where you will find for. Which is why I just, at this point of time, feel that he's given himself time in the middle, that I'll give myself 10, 15 balls. And of course, see, this could backfire. Bangladesh can end up chasing this down. But I don't think Shivam had enough confidence to come in and get going, because he tried it in the warm-up. He tried it before as well, but it did not come off for them, apart from the 1-6 that he hit in the last game. So, see, it is very easy, of course, to drop him, but hasn't had a great time. So you, again, not saying sympathize with him, but of course, this is the game that he has to come. If it doesn't, then you have to drop him. And I don't think anything has changed. I think because Western has asked uh, in terms of has something changed in terms of him being technically. I think he's just lacked that confidence. And when you are wanting to hit, see, hitting sixes is a lot more about confidence than it's about, of course, technique and everything is there, but you have to have the feel in you to be able to hit those sixes, because we've seen him not try to hit against anybody else but Shakib. So he gave himself time, that I'll give myself just enough time to get going. But yes, now that he's got a start, it is his responsibility to ensure he ends up with a at least a 40 plus digit score, and not just getting out now in the 20s, because it will just be the pattern of the innings there.
Okay. Nix has made his point. Jeet, where do you stand in that? As Dube goes down the ground. Oh, and that is a some fucking shot for 6. Holy hell. Is this the Dube we want to see? You bet your bottom dollar. Come on, Shivam. There's another 20 balls. India fans dancing. And 154 for 4. Can it be 200
There
plus
is
for
one
India?
more over of spin. There is one more over of spin remaining, I believe. So that's another over that's still remaining for Shivam to target. So let's wait for that over as well. Hopefully, he can survive this over.
Do you agree with Soumyajit here, Jeet?
Uh, no, I wouldn't. Number three, I wouldn't agree because Pant has done a phenomenal job. So I don't think that's the one spot that you need to change. So wherever he's coming, I don't really mind it. Another thing over here is that even the pitches haven't been really flat enough for Dube to make merry. As soon as the ball starts to stick in the surface, it's always going to be tough for batters like Shivam Dube to hit it through the line because there is no space to work with. You're always going to struggle when the pitch has that two-pace nature, and that is what we have consistently seen in the US. Probably in the West Indies, it's going to be a little bit better, so I'd give him more time. But Dube, wherever he's coming, I really don't mind that. Let's just stick with that. It's a combination that has worked. I know he's still yet to deliver, but it's working, so I'm not going to change anything here.
Okay, Tanzim has a dot ball to show over there. He's got 2 now, and it's a decent over from a Bangladesh perspective because it's in the death over, so 9 off that. Even though India did have, say, with the 6, a Dube hit. We took the one from Vasan Narayan. There are more comments to take for sure. India is playing 3D chess by unleashing Dube in the finals. LOL. And Swamijit goes on to say, now it's time to take the risks and don't compensate for wickets preservation from Dube with a strike rate of 166 against spin to have a score quickly, at least 20 runs and 6-7 balls for Dube from here. Swing the willow is the message from the chat. And Karna Devi going on to say, Hardik and Blues is always a different beast. He is. I can't disagree with you over there. By the way, Karna, if you're new, please subscribe and tell a friend about cricket.com. And like this video, guys. I know I sound like a fucking Vikari by always asking you guys, oh, you're like her, though, but actually like it. It's our job as content creators to literally request you all politely. All the legends in the chat will do it, but I just want you guys to do it right now. One more over of spin, and Rishad has been taken to the cleaners. This is why.
शाबाश, 4 छक्के शिवम भाई.
Come on.
नहीं चलेगा 4 छक्के. चलो.
Hardik Pandya has given him that confidence, saying, come on, karke dekha. And
चलो 188 इसी ओवर में कर देंगे. 188 इसी ओवर में कर देंगे. चलो.
Next, you think it's going to be a big over? Let's just predict how many runs this over really quickly. I think 22.
I want 24.
Okay, 24. Jeet, do you think it's going to be a massive over this?
15-16.
Okay, 15-16. Oh, is he bowled him? He's bowled him. Oh, we have jinxed all the batters today, and by some margin. I can't believe it. We got carried away with Virat. He got bowled. We got carried away with Pant. He got caught playing the reverse sweep. We got, of course, carried away with Dube, and he's bowled. So well done, Rishad.
Let's start talking about the Bangladeshis now. Let's talk about how well they have bowled.
Akshay will say, this is why I don't talk positively.
He's in a different zone as being a pessimistic guy for no reason. And the amount of negativity which comes out of the man is ridiculous. But again, another Indian batter scoring a 30 in 20 balls. So we saw Kohli doing that, 37, Pant doing that, 36, and now Dube, 34. So he's played his part, even though he started off slowly. His first 14 balls were just like 9 or 10, but he's at least made it count. So and
everybody who's got a 30.
Yeah.
See, as you said, everybody who's got 30. Kohli stuck at 132. Pant stuck at 150. Shivam, 141. So they're all getting in, but not quite ensuring that they stay till the end. But again, it's the brand that they want to play. So hopefully a certain sir coming down the order can also do it.
Yeah, indeed. Not Hardik point, Avnish. You took Dube one. What changed in Hardik next? We'll take that, man. Okay, you want to take
Yeah.
it now? You can take it now.
I don't think it's about compact. I think he looked compact even in the IPL, but he was wanting to be a bit more aggressive. I felt in the IPL, he's given himself time here, and again, see the setup also matters. A lot more confident batting lineup as compared to what you saw in the IPL. So, uh, of course, I didn't. Oh, okay, it's Bapu. Oh, Bapu is batting ahead of Jadeja, but okay, that's normal now. So yeah, good on good on Avanish to not react to that one, but. Yeah, I think with Hardik, the problem was pace more than spin. In this year, also in this year itself, we discussed this in the fantasy live today as well. He's done better against spin, but against pace, he's very struggled at back of length. But there is nobody to exploit that today. Taskin is not playing. Tanzim did bowl one good over to him. So let's see. Australia game might be the one to check more of it.
Okay, Rishad to Hardik and Apesh, but Hardik will get four here. I think
Ooh.
he's placed it well. Oh, just cut off at
Oh,
the
fielder
boundary
is
ropes
there.
for two. So he'll come back. And Hardik also would probably want to finish on a high. He's been doing whatever he's been asked of so far. People keep bragging about players not deserving a spot on the team. Shouldn't it be a case everywhere? There are many young comms out there who want a chance but they don't get a peep. Yeah, 100%. Adyan Segal. Even if Aspi need 10 of 16, he'll give opposition 30 team chance. Akshay's crazy. Yeah, he's just crazy, bro. He's just
Dude, you
madman.
still said more. 30?
Yeah. Avnish, I
That
told you
30 is
Jadu
less.
is special incoming, but Jadeja is not here yet. He's giving the other batters to shine. How much can he steal the platform and the
Oh,
light all the time?
oh
Uh,
my son.
oh, get out of here. What a shot that is for six.
Shabash.
Yes,
Shabash,
over
Hardik.
pitch. Yes, of course, it was in the slot, but it had to be put away. And Rishad Hussain, it's a tough one for him because he wants to float it up, but Hardik Pandya is too good of a batter not to miss out in India. 170 for 5 with still
Need another
2.1
one though.
overs in the bag.
Come on.
Yeah, Jeet, sorry.
Need
What were
another
you saying?
six because whenever Hardik hits
No, they
one
will
six,
not.
he follows it up with another one. So
Yeah.
No. They will. They want to prove you right. So it will end up as a 15 run over. See.
Oh, my word.
See,
So it is a
different.
15 run over. Spot on. Spot
Did
on. Chris.
Shabash.
I went for 22, Knicks went for 24, but Jeet winning this little battle amongst the wall. On the slow problem for Dube with no feet movements and top order bat, late to meet the ball saying Soumyajit. Positive vibes with Akshay Patel's shot. And Dube would always struggle against quality bowlers saying Prashant Agrawal. Good to see you, Prashant. Keep your comments coming through. Dube starts his bat swing in Kashmir and ends it in Kerala saying Jugal cheekily in the comments. Suri going on to say Siraj, Pant, Jasprit are emotionally invested in playing for the country. I think the era of valuing the blue cap is over. Gambhir can bring that passion back with a full reset. Speaking of Gambhir, I know you asked us about the coaching jobs. We'll get Jeet and Nix to lend some insight on that during the mid-innings break. Awaiting a Rohit Dravid masterclass of backing Dube to come good against Archer, Cummins, Stark, Hazelwood, Rabada, Nokia after playing a 6 and 10 knock against three spinners at the death, saying Yash Tirani. So he's out holding back his Yashas. And Akash Dikshit saying, wow, the India team is fearless. The players are entertaining themselves while playing and everyone is contributing. I feel that this time India has a good chance of winning the World Cup. I mean, well said. I mean,
Just
let's see. Let's see if that
just on
happens.
that record, a great insight from Dhanush. The stats guy. Shivam Dube against leg spin, 17 runs of 21 balls, 5 dismissals. So something to look out for.
Yeah,
Something to look out
spin
for.
basher. Hey, what? He gets bashed by spin himself. I
So
mean,
he's the opposite of Rajat Patidar. Rajat Patidar smashes leg spin but gets out to others.
yeah.
Shivam Dube smashes everything, gets out to leg spin.
And another one in that kitty. So dismissals
Yeah.
will increase over there. Vikas Shukla, good to see you. Going on to say Hardik
Oh,
champion.
yeah, of course.
He's been backing Hardik for a while, so he's of course over the moon with how Hardik's
So
performed in the World
Avnish,
Cup.
you are the only one who's had the all-rounder not working for you.
I mean, my all-rounder has already proved himself time and time again. These boys need to right now, so
Oh,
let her. You know what I mean?
wrong format.
Um, People, of course, like throw daggers at me, but yeah, agree with Vikas over here. Hardik needs some respect from fans. He does for sure. But what was given to him during the IPL was a tough one in his whole career. I don't think he's going to probably receive that kind of reception ever. These 20s and 30s at 180, 190 strike rate by the batters bodes well for the team. Would take it any day, saying Karna Devi. Hardik gets 6 more. Yes, come on, push on to 200. And Tanzim, who of course got Virat and Sky out, is trying to do his best to get Hardik as well. But Hardik is just looking him right in the eye and saying, you know what, try bowling your best ball, buddy. I'm still going to fucking hit you for 6. That was a back of the hand slower ball, Jeet. So he clearly is picking him out of the hand. And 71 means 6. So however they come, we will take it as India fans right now. More comments to take. Shivam Kansal is another name that we always, of course, see in the watch-along chat. Good to see you, Shivam. And tell us how much you're enjoying the World Cup so far. It's a heavy ball that he tried to hit, but it's cluffed long off for a single. So another ball remaining. And Akshar could probably use this as pretty much a free hit because it's the penultimate ball of the penultimate over. Right, let the quality team come. Same people who are backing Dube will criticize him for his technique, saying Prashant. And Gaming Singh enters the chat. Don't we love it? We always do when Mr. Singh graces us with his presence. I like the fact that these guys don't look to slow down these days. Keep trying their shots. He goes on and say hello to the panel. Hello to you. Akshar trying to do that. Come on, man. What are you trying to do, Akshar? Just retire out. Give it a Jadeja, to be fair.
Yeah, Jadeja would get out. So, yeah. The expectations are...
Come on, Nick. You're a CSK fan, man. You're not a Delhi Capitals fan.
Yeah, but yeah, Jadeja given a lot more scars. But I'm always going to be very, very thankful for 2023. I mean, whatever the 6 so was he's in control. The 4 was destiny. So yeah, thanks to that.
Okay, fair enough. We're going to be playing a game of last man standing, my producer tells me, in the mid-innings break. So stick around for that. We'll, of course, be telling you our thoughts about the Indian men's coaching staff. Who should they pick? Jonty Rhodes is apparently looped in as a fielding coach. There is talks about maybe Bharat Arun getting back in the scheme of things as a bowling coach. Only time will tell. And Gautam Gambhir, if he does get the role, where 99% looks like he will get the role, is going to handpick his staff. That is for sure, is what we learned from the BCCI grapevine. Jeet is a closet RCB fan, saying must.
Of course.
Is that true?
It's already established.
Only for one.
Established.
Only for one season.
Only for
that's it. 2016.
Yeah.
That is
Because
true.
that's the only season where I expected RCB to win.
Four more. Sorry, 4 more. And I want to see how Hardik actually comes up against Mustafizur, because the Fizz has actually had an immaculate record in the death overs in this World Cup. So it's his biggest test yet against Hardik Pandya. And Hardik gets away with it. Fortune favors the brave, you would say. But he started over the over well. So India, let's see if they can match your predictions, boys and girls. I know lots of you guys having your say in this watch along for that 1,000 rupee voucher. Who will win it? 182 for 5. They've already overtaken their score against Afghanistan with 5 balls left. Pandya drills one through the offside for 1. So, look, I don't think he's going to be shepherding the strike. And why would he? Because Akshar can, of course, donk a ball. So 183 for 5. Nick said 186. 86. I said 188. And Jeet saying 203. So, Jeet, they could still be there for you, buddy. 20 or 4. You can't put it past them in the final over. But it looks tough, that 200. But nevertheless, India, I think, have done really well when they were a little bit in a spot of bother. They were 83 for 3, remember, after 10 overs. But so far, they've been decent. Hardik's running up to Akshar to give him a little message. We'll see how that unfolds. Also, for all you lovers of European football action, do a multi-stream scene in your house, because I'm going to definitely watch Turkey, Portugal right now. And India, Bangladesh at the same time. Akshar Patel doing Akshar Patel things. Just a single at best.
Yeah.
Man, like, we've taken the Jadeja Akshar debate to a different level. I don't even love Jadeja that much. Now that I've just, like, been gaslit by the fans, I bigged him up like a madman. So let's see how that goes. Why is my Sony Live not opening? It'll open right now. But India, now 3 balls left. 16 can be done in the last 3 balls. 6 and 4. But is that wishful thinking? Hardik, 40 of 23. I would like Hardik to get a 50 here, just for the record books. And we have more questions to take, which we will right now, indeed. Don't worry about that. More comments, more discussions, and more games to play in the mid-innings mark. Hardik as he got 4. What a shot that is. Ooh.
Lovely
Cut off
shot.
by the
Lovely
fielders.
shot.
But
It's a good shot.
improvisation. And that is 2. So 186 there. So both of us are accurate. So let's see how that really goes forward. Sunday the
Oh, it's a
King
no ball.
plays. No. It's Saturday
a
the
no ball.
King plays. And it is a no ball signaled by Adrian Holstock. So India will get another chance. And it's a free hit right now. I disagree massively with Gambhir's political views, but there's no doubting his deep passion for valuing that Indian blue. Singh Suri, we'll talk about that. Stop chasing records, Avanish. I'm not chasing records. I just want Hardik to get that 50. You know, I mean, he's already taken, 7, 8, 9 wickets so far. So just at the end of the tournament, it looks more glittering in that perspective. Also, shout out. Yeah,
sorry,
go on.
but didn't Hardik tell you not out zaruri hai?
Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, that's where, he should have been more wiser. Tilak still hates him for that. Good enough score this, right? Thoughts? I think it's 20 runs above par for Bangladesh, but I don't want to sound like a biased Indian fan right now. Right, free hit, fizz to Pandya, and the keeper can't stop that. And India will get 4. 191 for 5. And there's still 2 more balls. So that 199 beckons. I know a lot of people said 199, 198. There are a few 190 shouts over there, but we really appreciate that from all you guys in terms of your earlier predictions. $1,000, remember, up for grabs with this one. And double A, I know you didn't get your reward last time around. I'll tell someone from our Twitter team to reach out to you. So the social media boys, if you're listening, please go and do the needful in terms of getting AA his $500 voucher. Right, I need to just quickly sign in. Hardik Pandya on 46 not out. India 191 for 519.4. And there are 2 more balls left. Oh, is that a wide? Surely that's a wide. Yeah,
should be a wide. Sure. Yeah, it's a wide.
It is a wide indeed. So, look, India actually now, with the benefit of these no balls and wides and these extras that Fizz is bowling, 200 is on here. Jeet's 203. Unfortunately, might not be on, but you never know. You can never know, really tell. 195, too late. You can't predict right now. I know you might have said this earlier, and if you did, then props to you. 192 for 5, 19.4. Last 2 balls. Mustafizur has just been off color today. None for 44 and his 3.4. How will he finish up, though? Can he? Will he?
Can he?
Curtail
Oh, is that
no? Not a dot ball.
Yeah, but that also kept a bit low. So, you think this score should be enough? And of course, it'll take something special to chase it. So
I think it'll be enough. I think unless Bangladesh bowers with their power play batting, which they haven't all tournament, I don't see how Bangladesh can make this score and chase it down. And I actually like the fact that they have their best batters at 4, 5, 6. With Ridoy, there, Mehmudullah, and all, obviously Pant and Shakib as well. Those top 3, I feel like if they can just, not play with the handbrake on, just go for it. Never know. Oh, and 4. And that's a 50.
Well played. Well played, Hardik.
But it's 196. It's a little salute to the dressing room from Hardik Pandya. Yeah. And he's played his role to perfection. 27 ball 50. And what a way for India to end that over. 18 off it. That is some over for India to end. Bangladesh cannot chase it, saying Greg K. And more than enough saying Somjit Sengupta. And I agree with both those boys over there. This has been an excellent game. Vis-a-vis batting, intent was clearly visible. Avanish, this intent game was expected in the last World Cup, so we should get used to small scores. This mindset helps win World Cup. As long as the team wins, that's all I fucking care about. So again, not going to complain at all. I'm not pulling my head out yet this World Cup because India have delivered. Whether it's with the ball in hand, whether they've shown intent, the results are there to be seen. And many people I know are slightly hoping for a loss before, of course, the knockouts happen because they don't want the ODI World Cup vibes, but that's how it's happening. Oh man, 197 was my prediction. Anybody won the contest? I think someone surely would have. We'll let the prediction be confirmed in a bit by our producer if anyone won that. But right here, right now, you're watching the mid-innings show on cricket.com's Watchalong. Ask us anything. There's so much to talk about. There are a few fun games to play with the boys as well. But first up, we promised Suri earlier that we'll discuss that coaching particular candidates. So Jeet and Nikhil can do us a world of good by telling them and the viewers about these coaching prospects. Who would you like to see get the job? If it is Gambhir, who? I mean, yes, but who is his backroom staff, and so on and so forth. So next, Jeet, the stage is yours. I'm just going to quickly go and get a glass of water and, of course, the loo as well. Cheers.
Yeah, no problems there. So I'll take up the men's one. Jeet bhai, you can take up the women's one, and we can distribute that accordingly. In terms of the head, I would not mind anybody apart from. I would want one of these two guys if possible. Tom Moody and Andy Flower. Again, not names that you would have not heard in the past as potential options there. Uh, the support staff, I think it's. I don't have too many inclinations towards anyone for the fielding bit. Happy with whoever the head coach feels comfortable to work with. But for the bowling, I want Bharat Arun. That's a non-negotiable. And if that brings Gambhir to the fore, I have no problem with that also, because I think somehow India's batting at times finds its way. But for the longer format as well, I think the test, the bowling needs a lot more input as well, because the transition there is yet to happen. So for me, that would be the order of the day. Head coach, one of Andy or Tom. बैटिंग कोच मेरे को कोई लेना देना नहीं है, किसी को भी लेके आओ. फील्डिंग कोच कोई भी चलेगा. Bowling, I would want to stick to Bharat Arun because tried, tested, and worked. So, Jeet bhai, over to you for the Indian women's team.
यार women's में तो इतना कुछ है नहीं. I mean, Amol Mazumdar has just been appointed, so I wouldn't really want that change right now. And he's done a decent job
No,
so far. So
not in terms of change, not change. But if you were to pick someone, who would you pick?
Nobody else. I can't think of many names who have done like really, really well in the women's cricket circuit or are really established names in the women's cricket circuit.
Yeah.
And we are past that W.V. Raman and all those eras. So
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to just stick with Amol Mazumdar. I can't see or can't think of anybody else either. Charlotte Edwards, of course, was a name,
Yeah.
but she herself wasn't keen. So there is no point discussing Charlotte Edwards either, since she herself declined that particular role, including for ECB as well. So that's also pointless. But just coming to the men's, I think if BCCI is hell bent on appointing someone or having somebody on board as a head coach, all these things that happen, these interviews and everything, they are a mere formality. So I believe WV Raman, all these guys also had interviews. So I'm hoping I don't see those kind of names. I'm more than happy with Gautam Gambhir. But like Nixbah also mentioned, I'm more than happy to see Tom Moody, Andy Flower. Also, Mike Hesson is another name that I'll throw into the hat. He's also somebody that I'll be more than happy to see getting involved with Indian cricket. But as far as support staff is concerned, and assuming that Gautam Gambhir is the head coach, one of the key names that I want to see being brought into the staff is Abhishek Nair. So that guy has done really, really well, and he's one of the key reasons as to why so many young batters are succeeding at the highest level. He's been that pillar in improving their technicalities and skill sets, and he's involved in so many, cricket, age group level cricket, so many different grassroots cricket that's going on in Mumbai as well. So he's been one of the key reasons why so many of these youngsters are excelling. So that's one of the key names I want to see being involved. But otherwise, if Gautam Gambhir wants Jaunty Rhodes, if those rumors are anything to go by, then that's fine. That is his choice. But yeah, Bharat Arun being another very, very key name for the fast bowling. That guy is an outstanding and doesn't get enough credit that he actually deserves. He's been one of the key reasons why Indian pace attack has become so lethal. Gone are those times where India had to rely on the spinners और pace attack को ऐसे ही shrug कर देते कि भाई pace attack क्या ही है India का. अब पूरा time change हो गया where Indian pace attack is the one that's winning new games, and the spin attack is proving that providing that support to the Indian pace attack. So that is how much times have changed, and one of the key figures behind that is of course Bharat Arun. So I'm more than happy to have him on board, but it's just that head coach I'd be more than happy to have Gautam Gambhir or anybody else.
Yeah. Just a follow up on that. So something I've felt very strongly about people who've made a lot of impact for others. So when you speak about somebody like an Abhishek Nair and you want him to be part of the setup, welcome back, Avanish. So do you feel sometimes it's better to not have these guys in the official setup? I would rather want him to just focus on grooming the players rather than being part of the setup where his role could be done by somebody else. And the role that he's doing outside of the system, maybe you feel that is far more valuable to the system.
So one of the things that
Avanish,
can be done is...
sorry, just before you go on, Avanish, Mike Hesson is the name that Jeet wanted to suggest. So, of course, we'll take your word as well in terms of who do you want to go as the potential option for India's men's coach. But just before that, Jeet and Abhishek Nair been part of the setup. Sorry.
Yeah, so one of the roles that actually Abhishek Nair could also take up is sort of a scout. So BCCI
Yeah.
has all these, selectors, scouts, and most of these guys, of course, have some cricketing background. I forgot all these names, but all are basically ex-cricketers who are, being scouts and go into venues to watch all the domestic games. Abhishek Nair could actually play a huge part over there as well, in seeing those young talent and identifying that talent, and then maybe another role where he can, actually be involved and groom that talent. He can probably have a role in the NCA as well, playing a part in those camps as well. We've seen that happen with the Indian women's team where all these guys, Troy Cooley and Rishikesh Kanatkar and all these guys have been here for a long time. So maybe Abhishek Nair could be a huge value addition over here in grooming these youngsters. First of all, he can, of course, ID these kind of talents, and then he only plays a part in grooming them. So I don't mind that kind of a role as well, but it's important to bring somebody like him into the Indian setup because we have seen how well he has done the domestic setup or the IPL for that matter. So you've got to have these guys who are succeeding and seeing these kind of youngsters actually come through because of them, be actually rewarded for that. And Abhishek Nair, of course, is one of
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
just
Avanish,
before you start,
do you agree
Avnish,
with my guess?
no, Jeet is also very smart. He wants to run into Abhishek Nair when we are at Bangalore. So, well called that.
Now, Abhishek Nair is a good shot, given the fact that he has a great relationship with Gambhir as well. I think Gambhir, if he's going to pick and cherry pick his stuff, WV is a great shout as well in terms of just keeping that whole alignment together because they've worked with each other in KKR. You never know. Gambhir could also go back to the drawing board to Ryan Tendish Carter as one of the assistant coaches because I know how much he likes him and the work that he's been putting in behind the scenes at KKR. Regardless, whether it's Mike Hesson, Gautam Gambhir, Bharat Arun, they've all, of course, been interviewed by me. So there's something that I'm doing right, talking to the future coaches of India, all CDC potentials. W.V. Raman, also a good friend of the show. So,
Yes.
honest to God, we'll give you some real gossip if those three boys get the job. At least we'll try indeed. I think the W.V. Raman will be there as a batting consultant replacing Vikram Rathore. GG, Jonty Rhodes, and W. Raman as her now. Heard the commentary that is the highest T20 national score in this stadium. India, remember, 196 for 5. Thanks for that kind reminder, Prajwala. And India are going to be coming out shortly. We still have some time for fun and games indeed. If we're making maximum 196 against Bangladesh, how much can we make against Australia? 165. We can't. It's not like cricket doesn't work like that, man. It just doesn't work like that. What's wrong with Meg Lanning for the Team India job? I don't know. She'll take it personally.
Yeah.
It has to be very lucrative as a job for her to think about it. I think she'll think about Australian cricket first before she even does cross this side of the world. So that's what I stand about Meg Lanning, and what she's done for the women's game generally is fantastic. So 1 + 1 = 2 in this case, but I don't know. KKR fans are crying in the corner. Sub Lelo, Tomunse. I mean, essentially, it was always going to happen, right? Especially with the new change of guard, what Dravid and Rohit have mustered in the last 2-3 years. Now it's for Gambhir to come in and change the face of Indian cricket, as Vikas and Manish have put up nicely in the cricket.com Act episode. Saw the plug in there. Go check that out before you hear more from us. Gambhir himself is good talent scout, saying Vasant Narayan in this conversation. He has identified good talents, and Kuldeep will get more game time behind him under GG across the format, especially in the longest formats. I like how you guys are already making these little things count. But look, your guess is as good as ours, but it is Gautam Gambhir probably poised to get the role, and only time will tell if it's as close as the Zimbabwe series, which starts in about 3 weeks' time. So we'll be there for that as well. The outfield is on the slow side. All of the outfields so far this World Cup have been slightly on the slow side because of the overnight rains and all of that. All the talk about GG, what will Dravid do? I think Dravid will be more than happy to step down. He'll take a break. He'll assess it. He might go back to commentary. Who knows? The world is his oyster. And, of course, he has Summit's batting to look at home as well.
Yeah, of course.
The Suns, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Where else are we going to find India's number 3 in 2046? So Summit Dravid is, of course, milk, honey, butter, everything Dravid's giving him at home. Right. We are, of course, doing the watch-along for this one. We're going to be back in 48 hours and doing the watch-along for the India-Australia game as well. So join us for that. But before India bowl a ball, last man standing, guys. Jeet, are you ready? You know how to play this game. Let's go. It's a simple one. T20 cricketers who, of course, played for India. You can say anyone, right? Right from Dinesh Mongia Murli Vijay. Let's see who lasts the longest in this one. So let me start. I will go for the king, Virat Kohli. Quickly, boys. Next, you have to keep going. Players who play cricket for India. Let's go, Virat Kohli.
Rohit Sharma.
Dinesh Karthik.
Suresh Raina.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Robin Uthappa.
Rahul Dravid.
Shrikant.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Ravi Jadeja.
Akshar Patel.
Krunal Pandya.
Hardik Pandya.
I knew it. Asdeep Singh.
MS Dhoni.
Yuzvendra Chahal.
Suresh Raina.
Ravi Bishnoi.
Kuldeep Yadav.
RP Singh. Thanks, RP Singh.
Ashish Nehra.
Harshal Patel.
R. Ashwin.
Virender Sehwag.
Murli Vijay.
These reactions are catchy, bro. You have Umran Malik.
Ishant Sharma.
Bhuvneshwar Kumar.
Deepak Hooda.
Amit Mishra.
Mohammad Shami.
Sandy Sampson.
Sandeep Sharma.
Fucking struggle. Washington Sundar.
Washington Sundar. KL Rahul ho gaya? I don't think.
नहीं हुआ.
No.
Haven't heard.
नहीं. Avish Khan.
Piyush Chawla.
Chawla's done.
Did you guys call him Chawla?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Harbhajan
Amit Mishra has been said. Chawla hasn't been said.
Yeah. Harbhajan Singh.
Harbhajan Singh.
I
Sanju
said
Samson been said. Jeet Gona. We'll resume this, but speaking of resumptions, the game has resumed, and first ball, a single for Bangladesh on the leg side, Arshdeep Singh. Next, we'll just consider ourselves as joint winners, right? We'll play this game further on.
Yeah,
that was the last one standing. More fun games for that. But,
you get eliminated.
yeah, I mean, sometimes it just gets to you because obviously you guys are bloody good to think of like names really quickly. Some are telling me think of two names, so say one at a time, and I'm just like, bro, it doesn't work like that. If the other guy might say that name that you're thinking about, right? So that's exactly that. Surya going on with his questions, which is fantastic, and that's why we love watchalongs because the engagement is high AF, and not just us. We're not, by the way. This is a bloody joke. Guys, don't you feel there is a huge ignorance and mental health in Indian cricket culture? Will Gigi understand the value? I think all of these things will be addressed in terms of making that transition, in terms of what he said as well in that Ashwin podcast. And it's such an important point. Why I resonate with Gigi as the new India coach, for example, is about how you're going to be picking players for formats. So, for example, if you're picking a team to represent India in T20 internationals, you pick them in IPL form. Or, for example, if for the ODIs, you pick them inside Mushtaq Ali form, or sorry, Vijay Hazare form, and then Tests is Ranji. So you're giving the importance of those tournaments to still flourish. You're still putting a very important price on the Indian domestic culture and the system there. So Gambhir should get things right. I don't think he's going to make any baffling decisions as such. I think it'll be for the greater good indeed. I think Jadeja will open with the ball, saying Soumyajit and Gupta, not a chance in hell. When did we see that last? Can Arshdeep Singh start from around the wicket, saying Soumyajit Gupta? I mean, he can, but why would you want him to do that?
Yeah.
Tell us your logic. It's not slanderous, but just tell us your logic indeed. Also, there was one more comment which Vasan Narayan said, and fought against corrupt DDCA. My father, when he worked for Arvind, used to say Gambhir family, in spite of being rich, so humble, since there used to be a lot of textiles from Arvind. Thanks for that little personal insight over there. Right, Arshdeep thumbs it, and it's a dot ball. And look, my point again about Bangladesh. Ooh, I was trying to juggle with the mic there. My point about Bangladesh trying to even think about chasing 197 today or tonight. Their power play has to be 60 for none. I'm sorry, but it has to, right? How else are they going to get to it? As much as Nikhil loves Ridoy, and we always kind of had the potential of Bangladesh 4-5-6 eking out those runs, you can't expect them to do so much heavy lifting, right? So what is the modus operandi going to be, Jeet, for Bangladesh? Do they just target bowlers? Because next over, you're going to see Bumrah bowl, flashed away over the offside, and that's Bangladesh's first boundary. So they need more intent and it's all of a sudden got gloomy as well. Is it just me, or do you just think the same?
I think the wind is picked up
That's,
for sure. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
not entirely surprising in this part of the world. You generally get that. But just
So,
coming
Jeet,
back to the point of
what
the
is the
top
messaging?
order.
Yeah, what is the messaging to the top three, and how are they going to identify their matchups?
So of course, Tanzan has to be aggressive because that is his natural game. It's just that he struggled a lot in this tournament getting out for ducks. But overall, so if you look at the top order, then in this tournament, amongst all the Super 8 teams, Bangladesh have the lowest average for the top order and the only team who has a strike rate of less than 100. That is how much all their top order batters have struggled. So Tanzan is the only name I can look at because Litton himself also has been struggling a lot. And Hossein Shanto is somebody that I would not really have my money on in this format of the game, even though he scored 40 odd, but he's somebody that still does not impress me a lot in this particular format of the game. So if you want somebody to bat in gear 5, gear 6, right from the get go, it has to be Tanzan because he's got those gears. Other batters don't. If Litton Das was in form, it was a different case altogether, but he's also not in form. So it has to be the openers who have to take it over, who have to take the initiative and score at least 50. If they lose one wicket, that's fine, but 50 is a bare minimum in order to achieve the eventual target. Otherwise, they are going to fall short by a huge margin.
How do you play Bumrah? Do you just play him off? Because honestly, it's like chasing 118, 16 overs for Bangladesh, because Bumrah is going to concede 15, 20 max, right, Nick? So, here he is. Here he is. And straight away on the money. I mean, name me a better bowler having T20 World Cup figures like he has. But look, I don't want to put the mockers on him. Still critical games left ahead. But
Yeah.
going back to the chat, Nick, about how Bangladesh can tackle Bumrah and the likes of this Indian bowling juggernaut, how could they do it? Please tell someone in Dhaka, Chittagong watching this, be like, hope hai ya hope nahi hai?
Nahi, hope hai. That's how Hope played in the morning game. Just backed his. I mean, of course, you had to get it out there. So you just have to play on the minute and just look for boundaries. I think, of course, easier said than done, but you have to try that. Das is someone who's had success against India in the past. Remember, these two had a great, I think, 85 or 90 run opening stand against India in the 2023 World Cup. So again, different venue, Pune, lot more flat and ball coming onto the bat far better. Different challenge, but as Jeet said, Tanzim is someone who Tanzim is someone who is not wanting to be putting a price on his wicket. Just try to hit your shots, but again, that doesn't mean that you give yourself room to hit Bumrah over covers. But I think they'll have to just be smart, put pressure on the other ends, and of course, Silva scores if I'm not wrong. And
Yeah, well
there,
done, Nix. You didn't just say
yeah,
Portugal, but you did say the goal scorer as well. It was actually, I
yeah.
think, Cancelo scored, but big on
Oh, okay.
Portugal for scoring, and Bumrah nearly getting wicket over there. But Nix, yeah, good points made by you. Just quite quickly see that goal. Oh, it was Silva, of
Yeah,
course. It was
yeah.
Silva. So props on them. And nearly went to Ronaldo. He slipped, but Silva was there to polish it off. So look, we're doing a dual watch along if that really cares for all you lovers of both sport. Because I'm actually also wearing the Ronaldo jersey. I was thinking Virat, Ronaldo on a Saturday, what can go worse? But it's gone to perfect plan so far from a Avanish perspective. And can it get better in this Bumrah over? It could. 7 for none, 1.4. Did anyone win the first innings prediction, by the way, Vikas? Just tell us if no one won it. So look, how about this? The same 1,000 rupee voucher that I was going to lend y'all to any winner, I'll lend it to y'all in the power play prediction of the second innings. Because I want you guys to comment and be as engaging as it could be. So tell us how much Bangladesh could get, should get, would get in the fucking power play. They need. Oh, it's gone. Is that an edge? Oh, is that just swung away? It swung away. Sorry, Pant saying no, and I got carried away as well. So let us know how much Bangladesh are going to get in the power play. Almost 2 overs done. You guys have another 2 overs probably to tell me. I'll lock in all your answers by the 4th over mark, not the 3.3. 38 for 2, early shout saying Sachin. All right, but I really think they need much more than 38. Bernardo Silva scores. Thank you for that. Good to know that, Yash, you're watching the football as well. So tell us how you guys are also watching us. I know you guys probably have us on your phone or your laptop and so on and so forth. Is that a nick now? Is it another first over wicket, Bumrah? All the infielders seem confident, but Pant again slightly unsure in hindsight. And Rohit's like, Bhai, are you confident? No, he's not going to take it. Rohit's not going to take it. Litton Das is
Oh,
an 7th rarefied timer of the ball, saying Somajit
wow.
Gupta.
I need to Google this. Thank
Yeah,
you,
I need to
Somajit. New
Google
word.
that word. I need to Google that word indeed. And yeah, and of course, just to tell us your predictions like Somajit has and the rest has as well. Um, where was the other point that these guys were making? Yeah, I think someone like Mike Horn will be in contention. I mean, he's been there, done that. They could rope him in again. You're going to say, I think there would be a more wobble seam. So, Somich, they've been very chatty, and I think props to you. More fans like you required in becoming as engaging as possible. By the way, give this video a like. We just
Oh,
played some fun and games earlier. We're going to be
sure.
playing more shortly. Arshdeep, second over, and he's conceded 4. So, look, India, like I said, they've played how many games this World Cup? Whatever they've played, they've equally won in terms of batting first and chasing, and that bodes well for the team. So, can they defend 190? They should. Jadeja nearly pulling off a blind over there would have been amazing just to make all those anti-Jadeja fans choke. I don't know what so.
Including himself.
Yeah, but even Sobesh in the group is just like, tag me saying, yeah, Jadeja. I mean, I don't know why he said that. Is he being sarcastic? Hey, what is he doing? So, I mean, if you're watching, where's that come from, mate? Because he didn't get an opportunity to bat the poor lad. So, let's see how that goes. India, of course, seeking wickets. Bangladesh seeking runs. And we're seeking predictions from you all in the chat, indeed. Do go check out our rest of the content we've put out as well. Yesterday, we put something crazy out on Twitter, and it's just caught like wildfire. We asked a certain gentleman about who the best T20 India cricketer is in a World Cup, and he went for Rohit Sharma. Unbelievable. So go check that out. It's available on X, Instagram. Follow us as we speak. Was in the reach, but it's a boundary. Good attitude from the batter, and they need more intent. Yeah, they definitely need more intent. I think the chat has suddenly disappeared. They're all watching, but they're having their dinner. I think like Nick's is. So do tell us if you guys are just having us on, listening to us, eating, and having a plethora of sport on this Saturday night. Like I said, Jeet, what's up in your house? You don't have the football on. You don't have your dinner with you, so it's just a cricket, right?
I'm not a massive follower of football, so I just stick with cricket. So I'll have multiple matches on, but that's pretty much it.
Okay, fair enough. Cut away against the hard surface of the pitch, and it'll go away for 4 past third man. So 2 boundaries in this over, and you can't blame Arshdeep, but credit to the batter, to be fair. Sports fan asking us, guys, which team would you fancy in the semis against India? England, South Africa, or the West Indies? Bring them all. हम इंडिया है जीत लेंगे but no, I mean, to be fair, I think I would not want the West Indies, because honestly I want the West Indies India final, and then either way I'll be happy. I'd take down South Africa any day of the week. I know South Africa, we spoke about in the WhatsApp World Cup show earlier, 6 out of 6 wins, and they still could go out because they lose to the fucking West Indies in this venue tomorrow in the night, that is. And England beat USA, which is a certain. They go home. Can you believe that? Winning 6 and then going home, which is unthinkable. So I would like South Africa from an Indian lens. Nix, do you agree with me, or do you want the English?
As you said, don't quite care whoever comes. If you're getting there, you might as well just go all the way. I won't mind if India, so to say, lose to South Africa, because I want them to win. So that's the bias there. So whether it is West Indies or South Africa, I have no problem because they are my second favorites. England Australia तो भाई हरा दो यार. कितना same चीज हर फॉर्मेट में वापस उनको ही देखोगे in the finals. So yeah, South Africa or West Indies, then they can win. Australia or England, then India.
Okay, Jeet, where are you going as an Indian fan? Because Greg's saying, all boss, time for revenge or go home.
No, I would say South Africa. That's the team that I would fancy out of the ones that I would name. Because I know they've won all the games so far, but they've been quite scratchy as well. They've actually won games that they could have easily lost. So another goal.
Sorry.
Oh, nice, well done. You've done the ritual. Thank you.
Portugal and fire. Sorry, I know. I was just kind of celebrating, and I muted myself at the same time. Quickly looking at that goal. And again,
Oh, goal.
oh, it's an own goal of the
Own goal,
highest
that's what I said.
comical proportion. Bruno tries to play Ronaldo through, and then Ronaldo is annoyed in the back pass to the keeper. Oh, that is not what you call a Turkish delight. You guys know, you know.
Well done. But Bumrah,
Meanwhile,
another over?
yeah, oh, it's Akshar Patel into the attack.
Ooh.
Come on.
Early chance,
Come on.
early chance then.
Your time to shine, man. Akshay, your time to shine. And I know you've been doing a good job so far, so keep that through. But Bangladesh, again, timid. 16 for none, 3.1. And are they going to go after Akshay Patel? They are. That's the early boundary. And Tanzit Hassan is honestly looking the better of the batters over there. I know Litton's still taking his time. But Bangladesh need to get cracking here and get cracking really, really fast. So it's a great day, honestly, for sports so far. For me, India romping home, Portugal romping home. And I think there's also going to be a good game in the night. Ganesh and saying, what are your thoughts on the tournament preceding? I feel people are overreacting on Twitter. I mean, essentially, the way the tournament has fucking happened, it's forget about the seeding. Everything's just going according to the BCCI's wish, which I don't really like personally. Australia send them out of the semis enough, have them winning. I mean, we can't play them in the semis. The question was England, South Africa, West Indies. So I said South Africa. Australia, sure, we'll meet them in the final and then we'll dismantle them there. But let's see. By the way, another 3 balls to lock in your prediction. $1,000 on voucher. And that is a big thing to win. No one won it in the first innings prediction contest in the power play or in the final score. So do have another opportunity and tell us. And if no one wins it this time, I'll go with the fourth prediction of the day, which is the time competition and when this game will get over, which is also a fun one to have. Akshar to Litton, and he has a long off in place. So the batter more than happy to take that option. I really want Arshdeep Singh in the Border Gavaskar Trophy in Australia with a new ball alongside Siraj and Shami. Early call there from Swamijit. And he goes on to say, Arshdeep and red ball would be an exaggeration to watch. Reminds me of young Ishant Sharma. Okay. And Suri saying, guys, don't you feel that this issue? We took this earlier, didn't we? We did. We did address your questions.
We did, yeah.
So Gambhir is going to iron out any of these wrinkles. I think it's going to be a complete, wholesale change for the better of Indian cricket. And that's how we wanted to move forward. I mean, we might all have our biases and all have our favorites, but for the benefit of Indian cricket, that man is in the best shape to take it forward. 41 for 2, saying Soumyajit Sen Gupta. 45 for 1, saying Adyan Single. Double A going for 41. So all of you are reckoning there will be some wickets. Let's see how that happens. Swept away for 4. And Akshay Patel. Oh my God. Shocking, man.
He's gone for 11, not 110.
Oh, come on. You see, Jadeja in his first over today. He's just going to remove the off pole. Mark my words.
Okay. At the non-striker end or at the striker end?
The reason why Rohit's throwing the ball to Akshay these days is because he knows give it to Jadeja only when it really matters against Australia.
Oh.
When their backs against the wall and
Where he got it for 6 sixes in a T20 World Cup in the Caribbean.
14 saal ho gaya, bhai. 14 saal. It's all right.
Kada match bhi bhai.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ganesh saying, I'm really happy with India and how the think tank took a tough call to give players a preferred slot by keeping Jaiswal and VK Rowe in the playing 11. It was needed. Yeah. And look, Ganesh, you're joining the chat right now, but I'll tell you, if you joined our chat earlier, people were going against you in what you're saying right now. I do agree to a certain extent that VK and Rohit opening the batting was the best chance we had. I love Jaiswal and I want Jaiswal to play every fucking World Cup going forward for India. But probably this one, it was always written on the walls, right? If you guys know your cricket well, if you guys knew that this was a new venue with the USA being there, Kohli was always going to go and he deserved to go. Rohit was always going to go with Hardik being an injury sketch. Speaking of Hardik, he's back in the bowling scene of things and he starts off with a wide potentially, which is all right. No slandering Hardik, the bowler, so far in the World Cup. 7 wickets, and he's used the short ball superbly. We can already think of a few dismissals which come to mind. The ones against Pakistan, the one against Shakib in the warm-up game. There were a few others which come to mind as well. And time's up to lock in your predictions right now. I'm not taking a single one after this. 28 for none, 4 overs gone. So you have another 10 seconds quickly to key in your scores in the chat. And the one who gets it right will get $1,000. I can promise you that. Right. We will take some more questions, but I want to see what Hardik has to offer this time around. He's been decent in the power play so far for India. Hello, Mumbai Indians. But today, what can they do? And why is Litton Das playing like it's a 140, 150 kind of score? I mean, essentially, do you think they can? Do you think today they can tinker with the batting order a little bit and send a pinch hitter? And if so, who could that be? Jeet.
I think the only option is Jakir Ali for them down the order, or promote Tawheed Rida if you want to, but he has done well in the middle order. The problem is again Najmul Hossain Shanto. Right now, if he walks in, already you need somebody to change the momentum of the innings, because right now your rate is quite slow. So you don't want Shanto to come in, but Bangladesh is a team that doesn't tinker with the batting order. So as much as we would want, I don't see
For
someone like Jakir
sure.
Ali also working in early. So they won't. But Jakir Ali is an option. Otherwise, I don't see anybody else in this side. Or Shakib actually. Shakib at number 3 would be probably somebody who would make a lot more sense rather than him being wasted down the order. 3 is perhaps a much more better suited position for him.
Okay. First 6 of the day for Bangladesh. Shot ball pulled away. And in some style, to be fair, like Nick's mentioned over there. And it's hit the Bangladesh flag on the bullseye, on their red little circle. Can you imagine that? So Bangladesh fan loving that. And you need some little bit of, I don't know, a big over or two right now. Portugal nearly getting their third meanwhile. Hardik to Litton. This time,
Short ball again.
next side, there is a fielder
Catch it,
there.
catch it,
In.
catch it.
Another wicket for
Catch
Hardik
it. It is the
Pandya.
catch. Great catch. Great catch.
And Rohit Sharma loves it because his fellow Mumbai Indians have worked in tandem to get this wicket. Litton Das goes after getting a 6 under his name, but he has to perish right now. And another good catch by Sky. He's taken a few in the slip cordon this World Cup, but this one against the wind, very, very good catch. Slower ball, good cricket all around. I know the shot probably was on slightly more if he got his bearings right, but Rohit Sharma, chuffed as a captain, loves that. Look at Rohit's reaction.
Look at it. Yeah.
Not
And Das
normally
again. I mean, Das is a key wicket. No, I mean, not to say anything else, but in the last T20 World Cup, he really opened the game up for Bangladesh. And until the time you had the rain break coming, which we all there were, we are all there. Sorry, in that watch along till the rain break, it was all scary. But he came good. Just on the Bangladesh point, I think they have tinkered in the past, but again, it's probably not worked in the right order. That they've batted Shakib way too low. So again, we expect Shanto only now. The only option that I can think of that they might go to is Rishad Hussain, because they did that in the last game as well, or a game prior to that where they wanted him to come in and hit. So if you have Jadeja, Kuldeep bowling, you might see somebody like him, just being sent up the order कि भाई जाओ और 10-15 बॉल में जो कर सकते हो, just try and hit 4-5 sixes and again I think it's a fair try as well. So let's see if they go down that route.
Okay, Hardik, another wide there, but he won't care because he's got the wicket in this over, despite going for 6 and bowling 2 wides. So we'll, of course, take more comments right now. Keep them coming through. The pitch is getting slower, saying Greg K. Shot making will get more difficult. Thanks for your chat there, Gregors. Hardik Pandya should bowl in a good length. Pace-off variations will bring wickets for Hardik. And that's something Andy Russell's done beautifully, not just in this World Cup, in this IPL as well. Andy Russell, in terms of just getting critical wickets through that. Nick's, I don't know, I had a little lump in throat moment right now when I said that.
No.
What is that?
I wanted to get Jeet's reaction on the excellent 3 overs that South Africa bowled yesterday against England, where they considered only 52 runs. So I think the change of pace, variations. Jeet, sir, your thought on that little spell?
I couldn't understand what they were doing. Oatmeal Bartman, he got 5 full tosses out of 6. He just was able to nail one of them, but 5 full tosses. And then Kagiso Rabada came in, started doing the same thing. You would expect the experienced bowler to actually know what to bowl, but Kagiso Rabada again, first to bowl, full tosses, and that's how Livingston got out. So he was very lucky to get away with that. It was only Marco Jansen that penultimate over where he showed some smarts of using the pitch and varying the pace. Otherwise, पता नहीं क्या कर रहे थे, क्या bowling था. I can't believe it. They just got away with that. Craziness.
Yeah, it was shocking. But then, of course, the Holy Trinity from a South African perspective, Jansen, Rabada, and Nokia getting things back nicely. But again, that game ebbed and flowed. Today, again, we're going to see 2 games like we've always been seeing the Super 8s. Australia will probably get the job done, you feel, against Afghanistan, and you feel India and Australia will probably just be playing a little nice warm-up game before the quarterfinals because both will be through. and it doesn't matter who finishes first or second, with India always going to be playing their game in Guyana. So 5 overs gone. And lots of you guys are very close to winning that prediction. I hope one of you guys win it. Lots of close shouts there with the 41, 44, everything going on. Akash Dikshit is going on to say 165 is what Bangladesh will end up getting. And Suri saying, guys, please check out the Caught Behind episode with Kiran More. Fascinating. Speaking of Caught Behind, I think that's a show that Pakistan also do with Rashid Latif and all those boys. And Harsha Bogle went on recently, and you should see what he said about Pakistan cricket. I just heard that bit, and I think for Harsha to say that, he's absolutely got on spot on in the head. Go check that out if you guys care about your cricket gone in that way. Sports fan asking, by the way, why doesn't Mehdi Hassan Miraz play in T20? The two Mehdi Hassans, the one on display today is not the better one. I actually like the other one who managed to beat India by 1 wicket earlier, if you guys remember, and you know that chase that they did. That's the better Hassan. I don't know where he's going. Where is that Hassan? If they got the wrong Hassan for this World Cup.
No, I think I prefer this one. Yeah, please, Jeet, go on.
Agree. This one's better because they did try the other one, and he was having a horrible time in this format of the game with the ball and with the bat. And this one offers a lot more. He's very good in the power play, and he offers a lot with the bat as well down the order. So this Mehdi Hassan has done a lot better than the other Mehdi Hassan. So there's a huge difference between the two.
Okay.
And they have another Mehdi Hassan, by the way, a left-arm pacer.
Left-arm pacer.
Oh, what a ball that is. Oh, and Pant just put it down. Oh, that is some ball. Just imagine like a spinning cobra at 150 kilometers an hour. That's what it felt like. What a ball that is. Too good for the batter, too good for Rishabh Pant as well. And it could have been the second wicket that all you guys wanted in the power play. Leaving the batter no choice.
But then how did Pant
play it? What a delivery
that is. It's a poor drop, though. That's a very poor drop.
It is a poor drop. Consolation, you would say, straightforward, whatever you'd want to use as an adjective. But it's not been Pant's day in terms of the fielding scene yet. But he's been fantastic so far behind the stumps this World Cup. So 41 for 1, 5.2. Will Najmul Shanto make your predictions come true to winning the 1,000 rupees voucher on this cricket.com watchalong? Only time will tell. He's right now doing all you guys a big favor. I know you guys want some dots. There was one guy saying 41 for 2. How I wish that wicket was taken for your prediction to come true. Mehdi Hassan Miraz. And Ganesh N. And how many lefties are there in the Bangladesh side? So
10,
they have, of course, how many?
10,000.
10,000. They have Shakib. They have this guy who's currently striking Najmul. Who else do they have? I mean, if you want to count,
3 in this playing 11. They have 4, I believe. In this playing 11.
You have Tanjay, Nazmul, Shanto, and who
Shakib.
else? Yes, that's 3, right?
And Taskin.
But Taskin is not playing this game, no?
In the playing,
is he not?
Mustafizur.
Yeah, Mustafizur.
Mustafizur it is. Why not no ball given? Saying widget specs. How many times will you people rigged umpiring? Oh, edged again, but nothing to worry about. I know that single has ruined the chance for a few people in their predictions. We apologize, but that's how it just goes. It's tough. It's tough, but of course, good reward if you do get it right. The fizz, like Max Mojo points out, is the other left-hander over there. Adyan Singhal, meanwhile, saying, I felt that Rabada was brought in the 18th to get a wicket and not to contain. Yes, it was a hit-me ball, but it was against the wind, and Liam got out. Rizwan, just similar dismissal in the context. Good comparison over there.
Just something on that, though. Rabada has got a lot of wickets off leg stump balls. He got, if I'm not wrong, Nitish Kumar out. He got Harmeet Singh out. He got Livingston out yesterday, same with a similar ball. It won't always work out. So, again, something that Hemang Madani replied to me today that this South African side could have potentially lost 4 of these games that they have won. And again, not that something that all of us have said it in the past. Things have just worked out some way, and if not for India, I call it in I don't know which MNL back, I don't know which decade, but South Africa hopefully going all the way. I'd feel very, very happy for Makram because apna bachcha.
Jeet, where do you stand?
I won't be surprised if they again falter at the very last hurdle because none of these wins have been convincing. The
Oh,
good
one
part
second.
is
Sorry.
that
Jadeja's into the
Oh,
attack
Jadeja,
and
Jadeja.
nearly
Nearly
getting
kya?
one to skid through.
so how many runs are coming off this over? More than Akshar. Akshar
Quite
got
over.
11, I believe.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Axel got
4 runs
11.
and a wicket. 4 runs and a wicket. Early shout.
4 runs in the wicket. Okay. Not if he hits two left-handers though. So
Meanwhile, Vikas saying it's okay why South Africa lost many games in the past. They shouldn't have.
Fair, of course.
That comments to Knicks. Oh, good ball. See, again,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
giving any room to the batter. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Street smart.
Give the entire flat to him down leg. Yeah, no room to the batter.
Okay, come on, Jadeja. It's high time. Or even if you don't want to perform in this game, I completely get it, brother. Don't
Of
worry.
course. Of course.
I know that you're going to save your best for Australia, semi-final to the
Yeah.
final and everything.
no,
So,
but what is the
Some
fascination with Jadeja? ऐसा क्या
sorry?
fascination?
there is
What's the
there
fascination
is
with
no
Jadeja?
No
fascination.
fascination. It's
I
just
wanna know.
basically now it's come down to bloody ego. I basically just said at that point in time against Akshay that saying, bro, Jadeja was way better than T20 in terms of the package he offers. And that's how it started, right? Saying overall, pedigree, experience, the clutch player that he is. And then obviously everyone was behind my backside saying Akshar's way better. And Akshar's recent form is better, dude, with a bat. No denying that. But again, I just feel like Jadeja would give you more good days than Akshar. And
The good
people
day is still a
might
biscuit.
think of me as some crazy demented CSK fan, but I'm not. I'm an RCB fan, and it's bizarre that and it's ironic that I'm supporting Jadeja. But as an Indian fan, Jadeja gives me a lot of confidence. Whether it's those cheeky overs of the ball, something crazy he'll do in the field. I know his batting prowess hasn't come to the fore yet. He's
Oh,
saving it for the
4
best.
runs. 4 runs in the over. Well done.
Bora should have
Well
got the
done.
wicket, yeah. It's okay. He doesn't want to take all the limelight away from Akshar. Akshar hasn't won the fielding medal, has he? Jadeja won it. So
All the limelight.
all
Ring
the
light
limelight.
leke baitha hai wo.
Jadeja's role in this World Cup feels very similar to Mohan's role in the IPL, playing a specialist fielder. Digs being thrown. Question for the panel on sheer impact. Cricket intelligence. Does Bumrah belong in the Malcolm Marshall category? Marshall was said to be a superb thinking bowler and a superb tactician. I mean, I know we haven't seen him play, and only going by the highlights, those bowlers were cut from a different cloth. They were playing in a different era. But Bumrah, whatever generation you throw him in, I would say he would probably have that conversation being the best. If you talk about the great pantheon of fast bowlers across eras, Bumrah's in that conversation. 100%. I don't know where the boys stand. You guys can have your say. As Kuldeep also is now introduced into the attack. So India going to strangulate Bangladesh with spin. Oh, that kept fucking low. But he's got a single out of that, the Bangladesh captain. Right, where do you guys stand on this quickly? Because Bumrah has rightfully been the jewel in India's crown so far. And like Nick keeps saying, the one Bumrah. Do you think he will go down as the greatest ever across formats?
Yeah, I think so. Again, the one Bumrah bit, just a few lines on him that, absolutely mad respect for him to be able to first figure out what will work on that deck and to be able to execute just like it's a thing that he's already played 50 games here and he just finds the best length for every batter on different decks despite playing everywhere in terms of different venues. So for somebody to first have those smarts to be able to think on his feet and then to be able to execute it so well without giving you any much room. And this IPL was a prime example. The world is going at 12s, 13s, and 15s and whatnot, and this guy is going at 6. So again, one Bumrah, lots of mad respect, and I'd only say you can name him better, but just cherish what you're seeing. They don't come this often, so please just cherish what you see. Oh, well done. That's in homage as a tribute to Bumrah. Keeping
No,
quiet.
I'm saying I was going to ask Jeet what it was in terms of Bumrah because obviously it's well documented his action and the amount of varieties he has, and he's not a one-trick pony by any stretch. Is it just because he doesn't give you that much time as a batter to play any shot? You can't premeditate him. He has you literally like a fool at times. So, what is the best trait Bumrah has, which generations can see going forward?
I think just his ability to assess the conditions very quickly and start implementing what's right on those kind of tracks. You often talk about thinking bowlers, and thinking pacers are at times quite rare, but Jasprit Bumrah stands out. You always even listen to his interviews or during the post-match presentation, what he speaks and how he speaks. You'd probably understand how much this guy makes sense and how he understands and reads cricket. It's incredible. It's very rare for pacers to have that kind of mindset and thought process. The way this guy minutely assesses everything and how he actually implements and executes them on the pitch, that's phenomenal. So everything up. He's probably already one of the greatest, so I won't be surprised. It's not about him ending as one of the greatest. He's already one of the greats in all formats. Sadly, of course, his test career has not been so long right now, but hoping that it might be something that happens in the future where he extends it. But I think more of his focus, of course, is going to remain towards the white ball formats. But at least white ball formats.
Yeah, he's been exceptional. And Jeet, with that particular message on Bumrah, I don't know, he's just blacked out. Shot ball from Hardik Pandya and clobbered away for six. It's a tough one. Can't really stand Hardik for that because he has, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
been getting a lot of wickets with a shorter ball. And Jadeja has been replaced. So, of course, Rohit Sharma thinking about his boys in terms of Hardik and all of that. What was South
His
Africa
boy.
doing? Yeah, we took this one from Double A. Jadeja's row, we took this one as well. Jadeja's good days are like Achhe Din that we're waiting for, saying Vikas Shukla. It'll happen, lad. Trust the process. And Bumrah is like any gen great like Wasim Akar, McGrath Stain, and Zach. Yeah, I mean, he probably in some quarters was better than them. I know they bowled in a different era, and McGrath was just brilliant in terms of longevity and all of that. But yeah, and we took this comment as well. We'll get Jeet back on. I think there's something happened in his household in terms of the Wi-Fi, but don't worry. 57 for 1, 8.3. And there's still, you feel, going at a pedestrian pace, chasing India's massive 196 today. Something's got to give, yeah. And the captains out there, Nicks, you're thinking to yourself, what is going to be their approach? Because I know Rohit is also kind of liking the fact that one over here for Hardik, one over Kuldeep, and mixing and matching it. So even the batters can't really think, oh, next over we're going to get this guy, so we'll take a piece out of him. So Rohit's making the batters guess, but can Bangladesh do anything unorthodox to get ahead of the eight ball or play catch up?
Yeah, I think I also feel the surface is probably slowed down a bit more for their comfort. We saw that in the last over as well, where a couple of balls from Kuldeep kept really low. So when that is happening, it's difficult for you to commit to something that you want to come down and hit big, because that may not really pan out the way you want to. So I don't think they can do much apart from what Shanto did against Hardik. But I think Spain is where they have their best chance to try and come down. Of course, if Hardik continues to bowl short, they can look to play him and play with the wind, because that's what I think Shanto did previously. So they'll have to start looking for yeah.
Oh,
So
shot six.
yeah, there's a poor ball again, like on the pads, fuller length. Shanto helped himself there, and that's what you want from the batting team. Whenever you get it there, just go for it and don't wait, because if it is slowing down, India's tactic right now is to just push the rate as much as you can, so that they have to keep taking risks versus tougher bowlers later. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Just keep looking for boundaries against other options. Still, Bumrah is not bowling. Baki sab will have to keep trying.
Okay. This game is boring. AF saying Chachant. Kind of agree with you to a certain bit. And I'm guessing, Chachant, you got the football on as well, or maybe you haven't. But Portugal winning there. And it'll be interesting to see if India can win here. They will probably win here, but how will India win here? Only time will tell. Remember, we have Akshay Kumar Swami and the boys joining us tomorrow at 12 o'clock to pick out all the best bits of this game and, of course, the Afghanistan Australia game. So join them for that tomorrow at 12 p.m. What else happened in the other game? Oh, it was 1-1 there. Sorry, I was just checking
Yeah.
for my own concern. Right, so 9 overs gone, 64 for 1. And I wonder who will finish their quota of 4 overs today. Because India, of course, have 6 bowling options, 7 if you add Dube. Bumrah will probably be bowling 4. Arshdeep will bowl 4. You feel Akshar will bowl 4? Or do you think Pandya will bowl 4? I think the spinners will
Pandya,
probably like change.
No, Kuldeep will bowl four. Even Hardik Pandya is going to bowl four. That's for sure. It's just the fifth bowlers quota that will be divided between Jadeja and Akshar.
Yeah,
So I think it's no brainer with other guys.
yeah.
Okay.
And also, I
Kuldeep
think
can take back. Yeah, go on.
it might not be like fixated by, it might just to do with the entry points of the right-handed batters. So if you have two righties batting together, you might see the left arm spinners bowling more than say a Hardik. But you expect at least, I feel Bumrah and Kuldeep will definitely bowl four each. Baki ka, as Jeet said, might just be along with who's batting and what you want to do there.
Yeah, I think it comes down to that. Surya
Yeah.
going on to say in a five-test series in the West Indies. I mean, again, hypothetical. How could you just ask these questions? But we'll take it in a bit. Oh, reverse swept, but just for a
Oh,
single.
single.
India were 83 for 3 in 10 overs. So Bangladesh, even if they hit 3 big sixes here, they'll just be on parity with India over there. So they really need to get going. I wonder how Shakib, Mahmudullah, Tordoy, all of these batters are going to walk in next. Are they going to go
Yeah.
from ball one? Oh, wrong one. Wrong one. And it was
Stumping?
pat first and it's
Oh,
given.
that's out.
Yeah, it's given. It didn't look out. They might review this because I think for a second it was drifting down, but it
Arey
could
रुक जा
be
कुलदीप भाई. Oh,
it
that's
could be
how
a yellow
much?
here. Let's see what the verdict is.
I think that
Have
was
Bangladesh
missing.
reviewed it?
Yeah.
Looked as if it was missing it. That turned very sharply, so it's probably going down leg side. I mean, that's my first impression watching the live
Yeah,
replay.
same. I'm with you,
Sorry, live
Jeet.
action.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is why I
I'm
did
with
not
you.
want him to. I was like skeptical of that one from
Oh, I
Kuldeep.
think it's out. But because it's the wrong one, it could be turning away, but I
Keep
think there
going.
could be a
Yeah.
yellow. Could be a yellow.
I think India
West
will be
Indies.
very lucky if they get a yellow.
Yeah, that's also true. West Indies winning big has made the other group interesting after the South Africa versus England
Oh, okay,
game.
that's
That
out.
is true. Yeah, it feels out because the original decision's out as well. Guys, how many Bangladesh
That's
players are ideal fit for T20? Are these the best from the lost in their league in the VPL? We'll take that. It's a good question, sports fan. We'll give it to Jeet and Nix just after this referral has been completed. And Adyan Singhal, meanwhile, going on to say this poorly organized World Cup has just been like the uncle who keeps kickstarting his 30-year-old scooter but doesn't start. Why the World Cup hasn't been there? Hopefully the knockouts bring more. Right. And 3 reds it is.
Oh,
3 reds it is. How is that a
Fair,
red?
fair.
But it's a red.
that didn't look red by any chance. But take it.
Didn't look red
Nobody's
at all.
complaining.
I mean, but good on Michael Goff to get that bang on. And Kuldeep gets another wicket in his World Cup records, so to speak. And look, Tanzil Hassan, 29 to 31 in a chase of 196, never going to happen. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise for Bangladesh to kick on and at least try to make a match of this. Even if they lose by 20, they have to win, remember. It's a win-win for Bangladesh. I mean, they have to make any sort of hopes for keeping the semi-finals race alive. There is, of course, 1 second. My producer tells me Akshay is not there and I'm doing What's Up World Cup tomorrow. Where is Akshay, man? Ye kya hai? Tomorrow also 12 p.m. I have to wake up early. I can't believe this guy. I can't believe this guy.
I like the phrasing of the sentence. Tomorrow also 12 o'clock. I have to wake up early.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's unbelievable. Anyway, cool,
मजाक
I'll
चल
do
रहा है.
it.
बोल दे एक बार. मजाक चल रहा है.
मजाक चल रहा है भाई. But Bobsy कर लेगा sort masla. It's okay. Bobsy hai there,
Oh.
so I'll do it. And I don't know who I'm paired with, but I think it's probably going to be one of you boys and Pramod.
Yeah. Me and Pramod.
Makes it
Okay,
Pramod.
super. Let's see how that really unfolds. It'll be a good show. Join us at 12 p.m. and not Akshay, because honestly, he's going down under, man. He's going down under real fast, that boy.
अभी तो गया.
Kuldeep to continue and just a single. So 67 for 210 overs. You're thinking, man, Bangladesh are chasing only 145. They're chasing 190 fucking 7. Can you believe it? So it is really disheartening to see the lack of intent. Meanwhile, Adyan Singer saying this decision from Michael Goff has raised my respect towards him.
Oh.
Bro, I've always loved Michael Goff. And I'm not just
Yeah.
saying that because in the last 15 seconds of my life and the recency bias, in terms of just good umpires, Michael Goff, top lad. Top lad. I think
Yeah.
Alex Warford
Who's the
was a
worst?
very, very good one. Who's
the worst
It's not
according to
even
you? No. For us, it is very clear. I just want to ask
I think some of the new rookie Indian umpires that we saw this IPL were absolutely shambles. I still feel I'll cut some slack to Anil Chaudhary, who I met in the Guwahati airport, or Nitin Menon that way. And they're both ICC elite panel anyway. Who's the worst? I would
Any
probably say
specific
Joel
name?
Wilson. Joel Wilson.
Yes.
Joel Wilson
Very good.
needs to be there.
Bang on.
But still, though, the one decision. So again, good talk if you want to about it. One the worst decision that you remember from any umpire from the recent time. For me, it is Nigel Long when he gave the New Zealand batter of out LBW in the first ever pink ball test, where there was a spike on the when the ball went past the bat, and Nigel Long is like, could be of anything. I but dude, the bat is next to the ball. How is that? It could be of anything. I don't know why that moment I can never forget in my life. But yeah, Joel Wilson wins it without a review.
Easily.
And Joel Wilson
Wilson
winning the
was
ODI World Cup, right, Jeet? Some of the fucking horrendous scores he made.
everywhere. Even gully cricket, man. That guy's a disaster.
Yeah, but yeah, Steve Buckner FC will assemble soon.
That is true.
Oh,
Steve
we
Buckner,
already have one.
I mean, just the fact that he at least made something out of his career in terms of being the slow death and all of that. Billy Bowden was good, but again, in terms of worst umpiring, right now, Joel Wilson is for sure. After Toffel, I would say Goff is one of the best ones. Worst would be Buckner, followed by Wilson saying Shankar. Shankar, welcome to the chat. Please like this video. And I like how steadily we progress with more viewers in this watch along. We're targeting 50 likes minimum. Do that, please.
I mean,
it's a favor that we're all asking y'all. And for me, right now, I'm actually enjoying the watch along today because there's a lot of interaction. India winning. And of course, I'm watching Turkey, Portugal as well, if you guys care. Apart from on-field, third umpiring has been shite past few months, saying Sachin Upadhyay with this comment over here. And for me, it's the one where Josh in New Zealand said, who the fuck's third umpire? Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Actually, the worst moment in this IPL was of Travis Head only, to be very honest. The run out that they did not give of Travis Head, I mean, as blasphemous as any decision could ever be. But yeah, we have Jadeja back. Sorry. All of this can be.
Yeah, we
And that
go.
was Michael Goff.
Over, a wicket taking over. You can
That umpire
promise.
was Michael Goff, right?
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
think that umpire was Michael Goff.
you can get one wrong.
Yeah, he's allowed the off bad day in the office. Anyway, Jadeja, give us a wicket here. Come on. Oh, slammed away for 4. Jesus Christ. Right on cue.
But isn't he doing it for the betterment of Nazmul Hussain Shanto? He's a kind lad, bro.
Yeah, like, see, the thing is, you don't want to deflate the opposition's confidence so quickly also. It's like, thoda false hope bhi de do usko. But Jadeja's shocking ball that deserved for 4 was the ball that I think one of the spinners of Bangladesh bowled to Hardik, which is a buffet ball. Again,
Mediasan,
slightly
yeah.
shortish and gets away with it. 73 for 2, 10.3. Did anyone win the power play prediction contest, Vikas Shukla? Do tell me, because we offer $1,000 as an opportunity for someone to win that. It's kind of like fallen from prediction contest to the prediction contest. No one's taken the first innings prediction contest. It's spilled over to the first innings proper. And then second innings prediction power play is also gone under the radar. Bangladesh brings 0 competition. Uninspiring team, saying Vikas Shukla.
Unless they
Vikas,
play Sri Lanka.
also
Unless they
tell
play-
me, yeah, he's not there saying Shub. Shub saying he's left the building. He's left the chat. But okay, whenever he's back, just ask him why he's made this comment, and also ask him, what did I want to ask Vikas before? Just mention it right now. I forgot.
The competition.
Why is Jadeja playing? Why is Jadeja playing?
No,
competition.
why is Jadeja playing? Yeah. What did you say, Jeet?
The competition.
The competition. If anyone won it, that is something that I want to ask the producer. I miss Billy Bowden. Yeah, we took that one. And the 2007, 2010, and this edition of the ICC tournaments held in the West Indies have all been a dud, atmosphere and vibe-wise, affected by weather. ICC should really consider them. No, not really. I mean, I know when you're watching from your comfort of your living rooms, you're not going to get that vibe in the carnival atmosphere that it is. But where do you guys?
Then,
where can you defend the West Indies and the ICC
There is-
here?
I will not going to defend ICC. I'll just defend West Indies. You can't have games starting at 10 o'clock in the morning at in any part of the world. It is not helping the game at all. You're not selling this to the audience. You're selling this to the TV audience. You're selling it to the digital audience because you want the subcontinent to watch it. So it's not West Indies' fault. You watch the games that have been happening at the night. You look at the amount of people who have flocked in for the games that Nepal have played, have Bangladesh have played. You look at the energy there. Where the game early up today morning, US had a lot of support. You would hardly find West Indies fans, and that was not in US. That was in West Indies. So the problem has been the ICC and the scheduling. I mean, they wanted to sell the game. Oh, is that a wicket? Oh, there is a wicket. Sorry. Tawid is gone,
Gonzo.
but I'll take it. Kuldeep has two.
Kuldeep has got Ridoy. And again, they're going to refer this upstairs.
Yeah, I
Could
think
be.
I think he hit it. Maybe that's what he's saying.
And again, it was because the pressure Jadeja created last over that Kuldeep is
Of
reaping the
course,
reward.
yeah, of course.
No, just joking. But has Kuldeep got his second wicket, let alone his second LBW? Only time will tell. More comments to take. I'll take that one from Sports Fan. I apologize because I know Jeet will lend us some good insight about Bangladesh in this current setup right now. It was a flatter one. That is plumb as they come.
That's out.
Unless
I
he
don't know
hit
why.
it. I mean,
Why is he reviewed
there's
it?
no way he would have hit it. But yeah.
Anyway, I think Bangladesh have lost their third wicket. Let's just take this question then. And yeah, even I want this. I really want this. After the send-off that Tanzim gave Kohli, I really want him to just, be welcomed well. Right, Jeet, Sports Fan has been asking this, and we've been parking it for a while, and we can just confirm that Kuldeep has got his wicket. So Ridoy dismissed, and Kuldeep 2 for 6 so far. So Jeet, how many Bangladesh players are an ideal fit for T20? Are these the best lot from their BPL? And so far, if you told a Bangladesh fan you're going to go into the Super 8s but then crash out, would they have taken it? What's your assessment?
I believe they would have taken it because I don't think many expected them to actually make it through the group stages either. So that itself, at least to me, was a surprise because I didn't expect it. Coming to whether this is the best lot or not, definitely not. I've in the preview also I mentioned that their skipper himself is not fit for this format of the game. He's not good enough in this format. You look at his numbers and you'll probably understand why. There is a guy called Afif Hussain who is probably in the backups, I believe, or as traveling reserves. That guy is a heck of a batter down the order, but he misses out because there is no place. So even if you look at the domestic system, they've got a few batters who are really, really capable. Let's not talk about the bowlers because all their bowlers have done a phenomenal job. So whether they have options or not, that's a different thing. What this lot has done is phenomenal. The bowlers and the bowling is not an issue. The issue has been the batting. They have, of course, guys. Nurul Hassan has done decently. Anamul Haq has disappeared from nowhere despite performing well in the BPL. He could have been a very good opening option as well. They've got Mohammad Mithun. They've got a few other batters as well who kind of, chip in. I forgot his name, Shamim something. So all these guys
Shami
chip
Hussain.
in one season. Shami Hussain, yeah.
Yeah.
These guys chip in from
Ooh.
season to season but are not consistent. So as far as the batting is concerned, they've got better batters and more aggressive batters. But for some reason, I don't know what's going on, whether it is politics or whether the selectors feel this is the best lot. That these guys are, I mean, some of them are getting picked, but otherwise there are a few better options in the domestic system.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? The Bangladesh Premier League is not the most glorious T20 leagues out there, but it still gives Bangladesh a little conveyor belt to get their best players in the T20 scheme of things. And Afif Hussain is a name that even I've kind of liked over the years, and it's sad that he's not got a gig this World Cup. But look, Bangladesh players, what they take out of this World Cup, whether there'll be lots of changes you predict going forward. I know New Zealand, for example, they will have to really press the reset button because there's so many of their older veterans who need to depart, fresh ideas, fresh blood. So that's pretty much Bangladesh's situation right now, an avenue that they'll have to adopt. Sachin, going back to that conversation that Nix was kind of talking about, the fact that it's held in the West Indies, the 2007, the 2010 one, and the 2024 one. And he says, Nick's I agree. I've seen all the early morning ones, but the conditions of the outfield have been sane since the years in the West Indies. Is it scientific? Sluggish pitches, bad weather. I wouldn't host any events.
But you see the CPL, you don't see this so often, right? But and I see it's part of the world where
And
You
it's a
see India
CPL held in September, and there's no monsoon
exactly.
time in September, right? So
Exactly. So this is a four straight World Cup. Let's put it bluntly as it is. It's a four straight World Cup, probably given to West Indies only because it is closer to the US. Otherwise, they wouldn't even give it to them. So you wouldn't know how they have thought and planned it out. Because as you know, Avanish pointed out, you played in the best season possible. Would you play the IPL in August, September? No, because that's not the time to play there. So again, I wouldn't blame the West Indies for that. And Sandy outfield to by Dharamshala mein bhi tha. What did we do about it? Nothing much.
And I think this 10 a.m. start is a huge issue because, boss,
Yeah.
nobody in the Caribbean is going to show up at 10 a.m. They like to party. They are going to have their rum and all that stuff till 3 or 4 in the morning. Nobody's going to show up at 10 in the
Yeah.
morning. So, timing wise, to match the Indian audience, oh,
Is that a six? Should be a six with the wind. Yep.
it is.
wild. Yeah, but that's a very good point. The fact that the culture as well of that country, they're not early birds. They're not going to
Chilled
tune
out
in.
blokes. Yeah, they like to
T20
party all the
cricket.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Just
understand, man.
sorry,
West
but
Indies.
very important question. Jadeja is bowling. I can't see.
Damn, I was just like, hope the bowler's not Jadeja, but it is. C comes back
Yeah.
like a champion drop ball. You're
What
only
was
as
that
good
ball?
as your
Wow.
last ball. So, look,
Yep.
no, but jokes apart, going back to that conversation, just I know the West Indian days of loving Test cricket also was huge, but now it's a completely different kettle of fish. T20 cricket, generally, you want to sell it in the night. You want it to be a
Yeah.
floodlit affair. You want people to finish work and unwind and come through with their families. And we've seen that in the West Indian games. We've seen that
Exactly.
in the evening games. So it is their chance to host an event. They hold precedent. And that's why they went on to say that they're not playing any games in the morning and all their games have been in the night. And it makes full sense over there. Meanwhile, Vishal Kulkarni saying, game done and dusted, you reckon? 100% it was done and dusted before a fucking ball was bowled. With all due respect to Bangladesh, because they were never going to fucking compete with India. But still, 110 of 44 that they require. So it's a huge, huge win coming India's way. And with this, India, we can safely say, on the semi-finals. What happened?
Sorry.
Holy
Just hear
shit.
me out. Jadeja's average speed is probably more than his strike rate at times.
Right. That's below the belt.
It is true.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
102.9 is average speed. 102.9.
Oh, catch that.
Man.
Oh, unlucky Jadeja.
What unlucky. What unlucky.
I mean, to be
Let's
fair,
face
Jadeja
it.
should have 50.
yeah, didn't he?
Avnish, let's face it, he's not a smart bowler. There are only two things that Jadeja is good at in cricket.
अरे
One thing is fielding, and other thing is doing this. That's it.
उसको
Those are the
पता
only.
है. Didi knows.
I know,
I
I
know
know.
he knows.
I'm back.
But-
I'm for him for no reason. For no reason. It's not like, you secretly caught at me and like, Avnish bhai, thoda acha bol le apne show pe.
क्या
हमारे
कर रहा है
को."
भाई?
Yeah, unbelievable. Jan to May is the best season for the West Indies.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there are panel conversations happening in the Watchalong. One Jadeja, one West Indian, one, of course, Bangladesh chat and stuff. But we love it. We'll try to streamline it for you all in every Watchalong like we do. Speaking of Watchalongs, another one comes your way on a Monday evening in India, Australia. It's going to be India's biggest game this World Cup so far. I know people said, oh, we have played Pakistan. What was that game? It was absolutely ridiculous. Because I know you were out having a dinner. We wanted to understand if anyone won that power play prediction in the second innings. Did anyone win it?
Second.
They did win it. Okay.
No, he's checking and confirming.
He said he'll check and confirm because if they haven't won it, then we can probably throw in that 1,000 rupee
Right.
voucher for the last one indeed. Anyway, Kuldeep, to complete what's been so far very successful spell, has he got another wicket here? No, he's conceded 6. Or is that one bounce 4?
Four.
So Shakib is like, you know what? I'm just going to go on with it. And they have to. I mean, it'll be a fucking
Yeah.
miracle even if Bangladesh win it from here. But it is what it is. Yeah, so nothing that I require from you, producer, sir. Just tell me if someone's won the second innings power play prediction. Indeed. And
something. for
Ronaldo and Bruno and Portugal have made it 3.
Catch it.
And Rohit
Catch
Sharma has
it,
a
well
catch
caught.
as well.
Shabash,
Oh, it's
shabash,
perfect.
right.
When it rains, it pours with positive news. First Portugal scoring, and now India getting another wicket and wrapping up proceedings in
Same
Antigua.
for Kuldeep as well.
Yeah.
Could this be the last of Shakib that we're seeing?
Could it? He still has a final hurrah against Afghanistan.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah,
And
the
again,
last.
he said that he wants to play till 26. So yeah, that is also there.
That is true. I'm pretty surprised that Ronaldo didn't go for goal there. But if you guys know, you know he sided it for Bruno. But nonetheless, coming back to the India-Bangladesh game, Bangladesh 98 for 4, and a game they were never winning. Let's see how close they will come to, of course, reducing the margin of defeat. The fact that there is no net run rate and all of that, and they were playing for their life this game because it was a do or die game in terms of the tournament for Bangladesh. So it's sad for all you guys joining us from Chittagong, Dhaka, wherever. If you guys are lovers of Bangladesh cricket, they're out of the World Cup today. So that is sorted. I know why you're laughing, Nikhil. I'm not taking something for this comment because this is just no respect whatsoever. People,
And of course, this is tongue in cheek. Well, relax. That's a jokes. Yeah.
No, that's one like 100% understood from me. But yeah, everyone's just going bad about Jadeja's speed. Jadeja bowling all balls about 100 kilometers an hour. Those I've seen so far, 106 being the highest, 105.4 latest speed saying Jugal, and yet no wickets. So ridiculous.
Yeah, I think the point, just to close out on what happened.
No, nothing happened. Go on.
Okay. So the point with Jadeja, I think he's very happy to bowl very, very defensively. You saw that in the last over, that he's trying to make them hit against the wind, and which is why he's not wanting to give them anything outside.
What a ball that is.
Top ball, yeah.
What a ball that is.
Wow.
Yeah, go on.
Crazy. So again, this is something I've been ranting on for I don't know what 2-3 seasons, even at cricket.com watchalongs, that he's just too focused on not wanting to give runs, which is something Ashwin also does for the Royals. But there is still a lot more to Ashwin's game than what Jadeja shows at times in terms of bowling options. You can see if you want Ashwin to take wickets, there are things that he can do to do that. With Jadeja, you almost feel you're limited there, which is something that's hampering him. But again, I mean, I don't know how long he's going to play this format. So yeah, maybe the last of it.
Okay. Kuldeep to Mehmedullah and a single for Bangladesh, still not crossing 100 yet, and 14 overs almost done. So the game is just going into a whimper. Subhash Chandra Bhatha looking forward and asking Jeet, if Afghanistan beat Australia, should we consider that as an upset?
No.
I wouldn't, no. And I actually expect this to be a very close battle. I don't see Australia going to run away with this. In fact, Afghanistan have a very good chance of defeating Australia. Because
no, but let's be honest. I think it'll still be considered an upset. I mean, to be fair, right?
No. I wouldn't. Because Afghanistan are no more that 2014 or 2015 side where you probably look at them as some newcomers and you'd see that win as a upset or something like that.
I agree. In the last 3-4 years, recent memory, of course, Afghanistan have probably been one of the teams on the rise, if not the team on the rise. And there are no, of course, mugs with bat or ball. But I generally feel this World Cup, how strong Australia have looked, and Australia's World Cup record and their pedigree in the World Cup, if they get beaten by Afghanistan, I would still consider that a slight upset. I don't know about you boys.
I mean, they should have beaten the eventual World Cup winners.
They should have.
Yeah.
So hopefully no catches dropped. Least expectations from me from that game is at 6 in the morning. I don't want to be waking people up by saying "Catch kyun chhod rahe ho yaar?" and run out mat hona bas. Ibrahim and Gurbaz, of course you're not listening, but don't get around.
Imagine if it's deja vu from a Glenn Maxwell perspective. We would love that game that we saw in the market between Afghanistan and Australia. But
nobody's going to love Glenn Maxwell again hitting Afghanistan. Nobody's going to love.
No, that kind of game, the way the game turned out.
But the other result.
Kind of game, the drama.
But the other result.
But the other result.
But Arnos Wade has been a venue where spin has played a huge part. So I wouldn't rule Afghanistan out. And for Maxwell to replicate what he did Wankhede is going to be extremely difficult. So I wouldn't be surprised if Afghanistan win this match.
Okay, Afghanistan bowling is good enough, saying Greg K, but batting is off versus strong teams, and that's the worry. The openers, of course, flex their muscle against the weaker opposition, but still, you really rely on Gurbaz and the likes of them to come good. Jadu is the Rajpal Yadav from Chup Chup K. Haven't seen Chup Chup K, but I'm guessing
what
it is.
I mean, dude, you need to watch it.
I've seen other movies.
Take a break. I'll pitch in whenever you want to, but watch this.
Okay,
because I will take offense to this, but please watch it.
It's Salman movie, is it?
No,
No.
please don't speak at all. Don't speak at all.
Chup, K. I should just be chup about it then. Bye.
Exactly, exactly.
I've heard many people saying that the whole process of traveling, booking the hotels and tickets and other stuff is just too expensive, and that's why India games have been quite empty. I mean, it
Yeah,
is something for even for the normal Indian cricket fan. The amount of money required in a tournament like this to just go travel is
yeah.
ridiculous. I mean, sometimes you sympathize with football fans for Euro because it's a 1 month tournament. How much could they spend even if they're in a different country? For India, I mean, think about it. Everyone would want to go and see India, at least in the big games. So India, Pakistan, your semi-finals. The tickets of that itself would have been huge. Then the cost of airfare, then the traveling, then of
And how
course
far?
everything which
And
comes
it
with it.
is,
Yeah, how
and
far?
and it's not close by. It's not like you're moving cities. You're moving islands now in West Indies. See, it's not
Yeah.
now. It's not that easy.
And even for the broadcasters, the cast and crew, the commentators, I think this was mentioned by Nasser Hussain and Michael Atherton in
Yeah.
their podcast, saying that they had to kind of take some of the England charter flights to get to the islands, respectively, for their commentary duties. So, look, it's been a tough time for the ICC, let alone
Oh,
Team
that's
India
a
and their
four.
fans for more. And Mehmedullah probably just going to add some sort of positive touch to this Bangladesh end of the innings sort of thing. But look, again, Bangladesh, tough one for them to take today. Subhash Chandra Bhatta going on, ask us more, and we love it. We absolutely love the energy you're showing on a Saturday night in this watch along, Subhash. Jeet, he asks, who has been India's MVP so far this World Cup? Pick one name. Is it Bumrah? Is it Pandya? Or is it Pant?
Wow,
I
this
would
is
say in
super
that
tough.
very order, but I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I'm very split between Bumrah and Pandya because Pant, although you would not, just look at his batting numbers, the point is he's contributed as a wicket keeper as well, and some of the catches have actually been very, very crucial to India's actual eventual results. In fact, but yeah, I'd
Yeah,
still
I
go for
agree. I
Bumrah
think those
because
three are definitely in the conversation, and many people might just automatically blindly close their eyes and say Bumrah, bro. He's been the MVP of the World Cup so far. But if you look at the positive impact that Pandya has had, I think has he had a better positive impact this World Cup? Is it fair to say, Jeet, Nicks?
yeah, fair
Yeah, I
enough.
mean it's
That's why I'm
yeah.
actually very confused between Bumrah and Pandya because both have had a phenomenal tournament. Pandya, look, the thing is, Bumrah is, of course, hogging the limelight and he's done phenomenally well. But if you look at Pandya's numbers as well, he's chipped in consistently with the ball. He's taken those crucial wickets in the middle overs as well, alongside contributing with the bat. So it's very tough to actually pick one out of these guys. But yeah, maybe Pandya on overall impact, but yeah, I don't know. It's very tough between these two guys.
Nicks, are you in the
Yeah.
Bumrah boat or are you backing HP here?
I'm going for RP. From the POV that he's batting at three. The openers haven't fired, and he's even in the Pakistan game, he's had his luck. And again, that is the role of him in the side. And as you see, overall historically, India's problems have been at the top. As much as we would want to hate to say to admit it, but the problem has been right up top. So for him to come in at three, and again, not going by what has happened in the past, but he hasn't had a good time in this format. So for him to just come in at three, provide that impact, be the guy with good reviews, be the guy with good catches, I think it adds a lot more because with Bumrah, you know what to expect of him. With Pandya, you know what to get from him. But Pant with this contributions in two departments, I think again it's not like 80-20 sort, but probably 51-49 kind for me over Bumrah.
Yeah, if you actually marry the batting with the catching and the reviews, then Pant definitely has a case to win this MVP so far for Team India. And it's good points mentioned by Jeet and Nix over there. Let us know what you guys think. Are you going to go for Bumrah, Hardik Pandya, or Pant? Because look, Pant has been enjoying a good time in the IPL as well. So he took that form in, but it was, of course, an unknown position for him. Speaking of Bumrah, he's back into the attack, and India looking to just close this game off. Another 29 balls left in this encounter, and Bangladesh is still 89 runs away from that target being breached. So I don't think it's happening. And Muthu VMR, who joined us for the WhatsApp World Cup earlier today, saying huge win loading for India. Indeed, it has been. And there are many journos and reporters who haven't been able to travel to cover this game due to no flights. And if there is one, you have to go to Miami and then to St. Lucia. Yeah, imagine that. Imagine if I actually did have to choose to do fan cams. I would have absolutely had a fucking tough time. And Vikas would have been like, bro, 3 hours early. We have to be there before the flight. Like the lad would just panic so much. It's unbelievable. More questions to take and comments, which we'll do. So keep them coming through. But a kind reminder, Monday night, we're doing watch along as well, India, Australia. And that'll probably be something that all you guys will want us to, of course, do talk about, react to. So we'll be there. Do not worry about that. And yeah, we spoke about the logistical nightmare right now about the West Indies and the USFA. Right, Bumrah, can he get a wicket like he always has? And right on cue, he does strike. Just when I asked for
My
it,
my jinx is broken. For a change, because I have Bumrah as vice captain and he's taken a wicket.
he's taken a wicket. Props to Nikhil. Props to the Fantasy Center predictions. And props to Bumrah. 1 for 7 in his 2.3. And he's always got a wicket so far in the World Cup. Every time he's bowled, and he continues to do so. And again, just deceiving the batter. Brilliant. I know he was well set, but he'll have to depart for 40. Muthu VMR going on to say, I would pick Hardik Pandya maybe. Would love to see a matchup against Stoinis in terms of his MVP, and then, of course, what he wants to see against Australia. And then Jeet Jugal going on to say, don't use Hitmar's travel agent if you want to book flights in the West Indies. LOL. I mean, you can't blame his travel agent, to be fair. I think it just comes down to him being lazy and not getting out in time to make his flight. For sure. Meanwhile, Nagin Dance ka Khelo Hobe. Yeah, the game's up. The game's done and dusted. Bangladesh fans, I don't think they've ever kind of given it to India in an ICC tournament. Obviously, 2007 comes to mind, but ever since, they've always had the edge over us in certain bilaterals, maybe in Asia Cup here or there. But
Is that a wicket? Oh, no.
no wicket. Just a short ball indeed. More comments to take, which I will in a bit, but do, of course, tell us what you're looking forward to seeing more this World Cup, because it's coming up to the last 7 days now. Next time that we're doing a watch along at this week, it'll be at the final. Remember, 7 days from now, 29th of June. So join us for that one as well. And it'll be interesting to see who it'll be. Whether it's West Indies or India or England or South Africa.
India
Australia,
versus somebody.
Good games. Yeah, according to Jay Shah and his script, and he's not normally wrong about his scripts. So Rohit Sharma jeetega udhar Barbados mein khada reh ke, which sounds a little weird. But essentially, do you think actually, hand on heart, India could make the final and win it?
When the squad was out, at that time only I had mentioned that India will make it to the finals. I won't be surprised. Whether they go on to win or not is something I don't know. But finals is something I did see with India. Knowing at least the conditions in the Caribbean, USA was something I was unfamiliar with anyway. But it's just the finals and whom they are facing. That's the only thing. Otherwise, they should make it through. They should win the semi-final as well.
I think there's a bigger script here. So the bigger script I'd see next is India and Australia meeting for the third back-to-back ICC final. The WTC, the ODIs, and now the T20s. And we've lost all against them. And then Jay Shah now then come out and channelize his inner Bobby Deol and be like, Arjun Valley ne. And then 2025, 2026, 2027, India just win everything. I mean, imagine that, bro. They've beaten us in the WTC, the ODI, and now in the T20 final also will be Australia, India will be psych.
Please forward me the mail. Please forward me the mail that you've got.
We should ask BCCB, Manish Shetty and Vikas
Yes.
Shukla. They'll have all
This
the
is
insights on cricket.com act. Sorry, boss, India will choke when it matters, saying Greg K. Greg, come on, take off the pinch of salt. Believe, lad. India versus England in the semis, 190 because nightmare. I know you're talking about the Adelaide 2022. It can't be 2024 Guyana. It shouldn't, rather. And I hope it's India Australia is the T20 World Cup final. It'll be a fascinating one, or India West Indies, or West Indies Australia. One of those three permutation combinations for me. Vikram Mohanty, good to see you. Has Arshdeep got a wicket? He has. Virat Kohli takes a catch. So Singh getting on the action. I know he dropped a sitter the last time around, but Arshdeep getting another wicket in this World Cup campaign. So Jakar Ali has to go, and Bangladesh right now capitulating, and it's really dwindling not well for them. So 110 for 6, and this watch along is also going to get over very shortly, but keep your comments coming through. Vikram Mohanty went on to say India will again choke either semi or the finals. You reckon? I hope that's not the case. I know all you guys might think that. And Subhash asking us another one. because Jeet mentioned it just a while ago that St. Vincent, as beautiful as it is as a cricketing venue, it is spin conducive. And do you think this could be a potential change? Because Australia, I know they need the points and they can't afford to lose. But do you think Agar will come through, even though Maxwell and Zampa has been bowling all right for them? Jeet, what's your take on this?
There is a very good chance because left arm spin against Afghanistan, especially against Rahmanullah Gurbaz, who's been their key batter, works phenomenally well in the power play. So they could probably even bring him in for matchups and use Agar against specific batters. So I would be more than happy to see Agar in. It's just I don't know how Australia is going to think or what is their perspective. But if I was in the Australian setup, I would definitely look to get Agar in for one of the pacers. I would not mind that.
You agree, Nick?
Rest the guy who got a hat trick and get
Yeah, why not?
Imagine that, right? Pat Cummins didn't even know at the time that he got a hat trick, and he was just so like modest and humble and down to earth about it, and be like, "Oh, that's great, yeah, sure." And literally, the Megatron had to make him remember that. So let's see how Australia chop and change. But one thing is for sure, India Australia will be a fucking mad game to watch on Monday, and we can watch along. You can watch along rather with us for that game. I also observed that yes, YouTube, there are lots of people who tune in and watch us and the watch along. But a lot of you guys have joined from X, from Facebook. And if you guys are doing that, great. Keep up the right way to go about it in the spirit. But also, can you just hop onto YouTube and subscribe from Twitter, from Facebook, from Reddit? Because it means a lot to us to grow YouTube. We all love the other social media spaces. But YouTube for us, because it's watch along centric, if you guys can just come onto YouTube, like the video off YouTube, it'll just make a lot of sense. It helps with the algorithm. So that's a little sincere request on the Saturday night for us. After the last World Cup, I stopped trusting this team, saying Vikram Mohanty is a sad, pessimistic Indian fan. A question for Avanish: Maiden trophy for RCB or India winning the treble of T20 World Cup, and the WTC? I would choose the latter, to be fair. As much as I'd like to see RCB win the IPL, I know the caveat there is that India won those three, bar in the WTC, but RCB have not won anything. So, my obvious thing to say RCB winning the IPL, but if you give me three on the platter there, three is better than one any fucking day. Akash saying in past ICC events, India was dependent on performance of a few specific individuals, but this time the entire team is chipping in, so India has more chances. What say? I agree. I absolutely agree with you. Soft, slow ball, innocuous shot really, but they'll come back for two and 100. Oh, they'll come back for one rather. They'll settle for that. So 117 for 6, 17 gone. And another question or comment from Vishal saying India choking is so common notion that India winning will surprise everyone. That is true. Will Dravid stay if India wins World Cup? Whether he wins or loses, he's gonna, of course, give away his spot to the potential Gautam Gambhir. And for their reputation, Bangladesh that it was, were lucky to come to the Super 8s. Man, Afghanistan played better than both groups. And yeah, I can make sense of that. And Mr. Singhal has been saying this for a while now. If Bumrah concedes more than 10 runs in the rest of the matches, I will consider it as a poor spell. I don't know how serious you want to take him, but he's making his point come true. I know Bangladesh take on Afghanistan in their last game. Oh, is that 6? That's 6. That's some shot from Rishad Hussain. I mean, this guy, honestly, just to throw it forward from a Rishad Hussain perspective, can he possibly think of an IPL contract? Both of y'all?
I hope.
If he can deliver the bat, is he like a candidate like a Hasaranga or better or equal or worse? Talk to me.
See, Hasaranga would be very early to compare him to him. Very young, very exciting prospect. But whoever he goes to, they just have to use him very, very well because he's still very new to the in terms of setup, in terms of international cricket. And see, the first season you can get away with it, but you'll have to really be very strong. So hence the setup matters a lot more because he will be tested. We've seen that with a lot of options, and of course, he's a leg spinner with decent control and good height. That's not something that you get very often. So there is a lot to work with, but I just don't think the teams are going to trust him so much early. So it could potentially happen that he'll get gigs elsewhere, and then when he does well there is when he'll probably come back to the IPL with a contract.
Jeet, you've of course seen this boy and you've called for his name. He's now shown what he can do at the world stage, but the IPL, the beast that it is, can it see someone like Rishad Hussain enter the tournament, or do you think no, not for him?
He's still quite a while away. The sample size is very, very small as of now. So I think he's still a long way away. He's still to prove
Yabash.
himself on a consistent basis. And secondly, I mean, of course, if Akshay loves Vijay Kant, VS Kant, if he can get picked, then I'll be more than happy to see Rishad Hossain actually get a gig. So I don't mind that, but he's still a while away, realistically.
Okay, yeah,
That's
but there's still
fine.
plenty of time, and the age, of
Long way to
course,
go.
of Rishad is good. Six more. Ah, and who's
Oh,
being
let's
belted
go.
for the six now, huh? Exactly. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, Akshay Patel. Get out of here. Anyway, bro, please also talk about the AIFF sacking India coach. Will we see India rising in football? Yeah, shocking, especially what Igor Stimac has done, the Croat. Um, for him to get sacked, it just shambles because he's done really, really well, even though the results weren't there to see. Rishad, meanwhile, again, a heave on the leg side, just a single over there. Bangladesh has been very disappointing as always, except Rishad, they have very little to show for. I think it's the silver lining so far of their World Cup. I mean, lots of good wins. Of course, they nearly cocked it up against Nepal. They won that game. They, of course, beat Sri Lanka early on in the tournament. So their fans have a few things to celebrate from this tournament, and of course, positives to look forward to. Mahmudullah tries to go now over cover, but he gets a single in the leg side for just one. According to numerology, saying Subhash, Rohit Sharma's birthday is 33 plus 0 equals 3, so he could become the third Indian captain to win a World Cup. I mean, numerology, sure. If you guys want to do the math, great. Is that a dot ball? It is a dot ball. So Akshar's come back well.
Nice.
India's very lucky. They reached the semi and haven't faced any of the top six teams of T20 according to the rankings, saying Kuldeep Shirowan. And who knows how it's going to be for India. And that game against Australia on Monday, I keep saying it, it'll be a big litmus test for this team. Oh, great shot. Has he got
Our
six for
shot.
that?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has
Shoot,
got
that
six
is
for that.
lovely shot.
At
Lovely
least
shot.
Jadeja doesn't concede two sixes in an over. But anyway, moving
Yeah,
on
yeah.
swiftly. Rishad reminded me about Rehan Ahmed. Where the hell did he go? Was talked about as an Adil Rashidri. There's still a lot of time, and we will see Rehan Ahmed come to the fore at some point in time. The India tour in Jan for him was, of course, a wake-up call, reality check, you would say, but a great learning stride for him. We can't compare apples to oranges, even though the different formats and all of that so far. Chetna Chaudhary or Chetan Chaudhary, if you're
Chetan Chaudhary.
new to the channel, please subscribe. What if Guyana match gets washed out and we're second on the table? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just, I mean, the ICC is just a mantelpiece in Jay Shah's house. It's a board to us, but it's just a mantelpiece. I mean, like, ICC udhar rakhwa le udhar. Kitchen se hatwa le, udhar lakhwa le, like that kind of stuff. But I'm just literally kind of pissed off about how the scheduling is done. It's done obviously for the benefit of the subcontinental viewers, but still, India should have played either of those games and not just the one in Guyana. Right, Bumrah finishing off yet another fucking economical spell. It's almost like he's played the World Test Championship in the World T20. It's a joke with what he's
Hopefully,
provided so far.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy. By
Hopefully,
the
three more
way,
games.
there are only three more games. What have India done this World Cup, which they, sorry, what haven't India done this World Cup, which you already wanted them to see? Sure, they've won all their games and they've beaten what's in front of them. What needs to still be ticked off their box really quickly before this Bangladesh game gets done? Next, you first, and then Jeet, and I'll just take a 2-minute break.
Yeah, I think so far you possibly feel they've done most of the things right. They've used their resources better. They've got entry points right for almost most of their batters. Uh, Again, Harsh, without Harsh, you'd probably want a bit more oomph from Shivam Dube in his batting, but I think that will come after this game, is what my expectations are of him. Apart from that, Rohit has tried to give you a good start. Virat has done that now. Sky has had a good game. Hardik has continued to chip in. Probably wickets are all that you want probably now from Jadeja and Akshar, maybe more. Because, I mean, Bumrah and Arshdeep took 3-3 each in the last game. So I can't think of anything else. Is that a wicket? It is. And another catch for
It
Rohit. And
is.
seven down. That
Rishad.
is Bangladesh. Rishad's enterprising cameo comes to an end. Yeah, applaud from Rohit there. But yeah, Jeet sir, anything that you think they haven't done that they should be doing so far?
I think it's just been the finishing ability which has been slightly lackadaisical. But
Okay.
at least today, Hardik Pandya is really, really good. So he
Yeah.
kind of showed what he can do. It's just that Shivam Dube has struggled to still kind of support him the way you would have expected him to or the way you would want him to. But again, knowing that the conditions are going to be better in the Caribbean, you would still give them
Yeah.
a bit of time to see whether they can actually, come up trumps or not. So that's been one of the sketchy areas, not entirely sketchy altogether, but slightly sketchy, slightly shady. And besides that, just the opening pair. I mean, it was kind of still struggled to get going. They haven't provided the kind of starts you'd want them to, provide in terms of either stability or quick starts. It was today that at least we got a quick start, but again, it was one down for 30 odd runs. You would probably want that
Yeah.
opening partnership to go beyond 50 runs so that Rishabh Pant can then come in and play his natural game. Shivam Dube can play his natural game. So that start also could be something that could be looked at.
Yeah, fair call that. So there you go. Enough options in terms of areas for improvement for India. Elsewhere, Bumrah is just closing out another absolutely. I can't even get the right word to say 3.5 for 9 runs.
I think he's been wicketless only in one game, which is probably against the USA. He went wicketless in that, none for
Ooh,
25 or something. Besides that, he's performed in every game.
I mean, I would,
I mean,
of
that,
course,
that
you'd
was
want the
just the deal
wickets.
that he had with Trump, right? To get some more money, I'm guessing. No, but jokes apart, both the points that you guys have mentioned in terms of what India still need to take off, and especially against Australia, it'll be good to see. Bumrah's last ball of the spell goes for four,
Hey.
so just a little blemish, but still great spell. 2 for 13, 4 overs. Bangladesh final over of their chase, and they're not making it, unfortunately. 142 for 7, and they're 19 gone, and it's a tough one for their fans to take. More comments are pouring through right now. And do follow us all individually as well and like this video. Just 30 likes, guys. Give us 50. India won. They've been unbeaten so far.
Yeah,
And why can't you just give us some love, yeah, on a Saturday night? Please like this video.
yeah.
It means a lot to us. Sorry,
As
Nick.
Pajit would put it, one like Virat Kohli score in the next game,
Yeah,
like now.
exactly. And against the Australians, against the Aussies, to beat the old enemy, we would absolutely love it. So like this video and follow Nick's for all the tips on X and Jeet as well. As you can see, he has his handle there at Jeet27. And on Instagram, I'm available at Hegday every day. Great day for me as a sporting fan. Portugal winning 3-0 and India winning comprehensively as well. We'll take some comments right now because we parked them for a side. If we're second and semi-final gets rained off, I think then we go out by the tournament
How
rules.
would
I
it
don't
be?
think there's a reserve day for the thing, but you never know.
There is a
You
reserve
never
day.
know. Jay
Oh, there
Mama,
must
you
be.
never know.
There is a reserve day, if I'm not wrong.
I
There is
think
a
Let me
reserve
know.
day.
Karwaling, yeah, reserved day.
What I read exactly what I read was that no reserve day, but it could be. If you guys know in the comments, please tell us. I'll get some confirmation from my written team very shortly on that. Chris Nunez, meanwhile, saying my 8-year-old says to me, these guys are still talking. Don't they get tired? Kudos to you guys. Much appreciated. I can only imagine the efforts this takes. Trust me, mate. It takes us a lot of fucking time. That's why I was just pissed off with Akshay Kumar Swami earlier this afternoon, who played cricket, had the balls to play cricket, didn't get my producer, me and Vikas involved. And then he has a cheek to say, yeah, bro, I didn't know there was watch along today. I'm just out about with my girlfriend on a Saturday night. And you know what? I'm getting on Sunday night too and the Sunday afternoon. I'm just like, what? Get out of here, Gainda. Get out of here. Who will proceed to the finals if Guyana match gets washed out? What is the
Let's
criteria
just
for that?
confirm the day.
We will confirm that. I think a lot of people want to know that. Bumrah finally stat padding wickets. The tail tears in my eyes. Mate, we've seen batters do it all their life. Why can't the bowlers do it indeed? Why is Sandeep still not in? He's scared of the fucking king because Virat is going to bloody tell him. And जो तू ही था ना 30 रन मारूंगा तेरे को हमेशा जिंदगी में ठीक है. Vipul Anand saying one thing India hasn't done is taking bold decisions. I would be very happy if Virat would have been dropped. Just shut up, Vipul. Honestly, I'm sorry, but this is just slanderous. I mean, I understand that he's not been in the form and all of that stuff. Why can't you? Never mind. I don't want to open up a can of worms. I've had a good day, Vipul, and I love your energy in the comments, but come on, man. I'm entitled to my opinion as well. Player of the match, Hardik, lads. Who is the player of the match? Good question. I think Hardik, 50, got the
Yeah,
first wicket of the
easily.
day.
Easily, 100%.
Nix is still cracking up. Is he? Is he just frozen?
For
He's
some
just,
reason.
he's just
Then
frozen.
I mean,
We're
Yeah.
loving the Colgate smile, Nexi. We're
Thanks.
loving that. Guyana
Yeah.
semi-final ke liye no reserve. Day saying Pranav Anand. Thank you for that confirmation. Do you see any of Hardik Bumrah resting in the dead rubber versus Australia? Imagine that. They play Samson, Jaiswal, the likes of whoever that they had to. Nix has gone off for a bit because he's just like, fuck it, the game's done anyway. Why am I wasting my time? And Jaren Rafi, good to see you in the comments to make your presence felt in this watch along as well. Guys, it's been a
What's the logic
terrific
of
last
this?
3 hours
Wow.
plus. Sorry?
What's the logic of that? So we have a reserve day for the first semi-final, not for the second. Why is that?
Yeah, Jay Shah, lad. Vince McMahon music. Enter Vince McMahon. But it is shocking. Guyana, of course, is going to be something to watch that day. And who India will play, your guess is really good as ours. We asked you all for 50 likes. We're hoping for 50 likes because we have another, 50 seconds or more in this watch along, and then we'll bounce out. But we will be back, like I said, at 12 p.m. tomorrow for the WhatsApp World Cup show. Mehmudullah on strike. Can he at least make it a saving grace and get Bangladesh over 150? Only time will tell. But the buffer time is extended to 250 minutes instead of the usual 90 minutes. Again, quality, lad. Jay Shah's doing Jay Shah things. Pulled away from Mehmudullah and taken from Akshar Patel. Will that be a chance for him to win the medal, the fielding medal from T. Dilip? Oh, he makes a little impression as well. He gives a thumbs up. Only time will tell. Tomorrow morning we'll see if they get the fielding medal or not. But another wicket for Arshdeep. And bro, is Arshdeep right now, Jeet, the highest wicket taker for India this World Cup?
Yeah, he is. I'm sure.
Hardik and him were neck
100%.
to neck. But
I'll have to check.
1 second. Tanzim's gonna come in now, isn't he? Or are they gonna send in Fizz? And they're gonna shit them.
It might be Fizz.
Yeah,
Let's wait.
it.
I hope it is Tanzim though.
I really hope it is Tanzim. Who is it? Send Tanzim out. Literally want Virat to give us some Instagram content, a reel, or just like even if Virat just laughs at him, like how Virat's like even that I would love to see. Just for good measure. Not a Virat hater, but I see more potential in Jaiswal. I agree with you, bro, and I see Jaiswal as one of the kingpins of Indian cricket going forward. 100% Vipul Anand, but this is a man who deserves more respect in his name. Come on, lad. You know I'm right.
That's it.
That's it. India winning by 50 runs. It's done and dusted. Doesn't matter if Tanzeen is there or not. Virat Kohli and India will be happy with what they produced today in Antigua. Hot day, but they've got the points. And you know what? One leg, in fact, both legs, arms, everything into the semi-finals. And that Australia game on Monday just becomes a game of huge proportions in terms of what is it going to be before the knockout stage. Quickly, see if we can get Nikhil back on. We can get Nikhil back on. I think his Wi-Fi is there. Good to see you guys again. And it's been a fantastic watch along. Your highlight from this game, one highlight, if there was anything, what was it and why?
Hardik Pandya's finish. India were in a critical spot, and you needed somebody to just bat them out of the game. They finished with 165, 170. You would be like, oh, there is an outside chance. The margin looks bigger because they were so far out of the game. So for me, Hardik Pandya's finish.
Okay, Jeet, where are you going?
Point.
Highlight of the day.
Yeah, same thing. I had the same thing in my mind as well because Pandya finally providing that kind of flourish that saw India go way past the par score was, I think, one of the key factors for India heading into the last game of the group stage of the Super 8s.
That is true. The Super 8s. And I really like Mehmudullah. He always stepped up in the situation. Yeah, I feel for the Bangladesh veteran. Avanish told you in the morning, India should score 200 plus and beat Bangladesh by 50 runs to make a statement. Now field royal test is the next batsman. Kudos to you and respect for not just joining us in the morning, but with your prediction as well. Spot on with your analysis over there. And yeah, it's been a fun watch. Of course, this game, and to bring you guys a watch along as well. Thank you so much for joining us, all you lovers in the chat of cricket.com. And Crick Crazy Nicks and Jeet, you've been fantastic additions as always. My name's Avanish Hegde, signing off on the Saturday. Truly happy as a sporting fan. India winning comfortably and Portugal too. So what more do you want in a summer's day in 2024? That's all we have. Join us tomorrow, 12 p.m. We'll be there, all right. I'll be there. Obviously, Akshay Kumar Swami. I don't even know if he has a job by the end of this. Cheers.